This episode brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can get a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Bombas makes the most comfortable socks, underwear, and T-shirts.
Warning, Bombas are so absurdly comfortable you may throw out all your other clothes.
Sorry, do we legally have to say that?
No, this is just how I talk, and I really love my Bombas.
They do feel that good. And they do good, too. One item purchased equals one item donated.
To feel good and do good, go to bombas.com/listen and use code LISTEN for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/listen and use code LISTEN at checkout.
It's the Bob and Tom Show.
I wanna be Bob. What more can I say? I would smoke and drink and play golf every day. I'd have a lady for a caddy. She could hold my balls while I play. I wanna be Bob. I wanna be Bob. If I were Bob, I bet that life would be so sweet. Giving mustache rides to all the chicks I meet.
I want to be Bob. How happy I'd be. Watching porno films all day on my big screen TV. While a pretty girl with fabulous knockers services me. I want to be Bob.
We want to be Bob.
And I would cruise all over town in my new Porsche.
It's Porsche.
All the girls would say that I'm hung like a horse.
Porsche?
Sorry, I couldn't think of anything that rhymes with Porsche.
We want to be Bob. Wouldn't that be great? Making hardcore videos with the girls I date.
And I'd be making love to ladies that I would not have to inflate.
I want to be Bob.
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 We want to be Bob.
Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show, and yes, who wouldn't want to be Bob? That's right.
Doesn't it sound like he's introducing a late-night movie? A monster film?
I've always wanted to be one of those guys.
Oh, you'd be great.
I think it'd be fun. I'm hearing another song somewhere. Somebody's playing something. It's over. There's Christy Lee at the news desk. Hello. Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Josh.
I'm not crazy. I swear somebody was playing something.
I heard.
Okay, yeah. Filling in for Chick McGee today, Jeff Oskay.
Hello.
Good to see you, Jeffrey. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Willie Griswold here. I'm Josh Arnold. And there's Tom.
Well, thank you very much. How's everybody doing?
Well.
Looking good. Christy's got her stripes on.
Yep.
I love that look.
Thanks.
Hamburglar.
Yeah. I'm a hamburglar today.
Let's get back to this notion of Josh hosting a late-night movie.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I'd love to be one of those guys.
Would you do kind of a ghoul thing?
Yeah. I'd want to have I want to be like a character.
You'd have to have a cape, Oh, you go
to have a cape.
I mean,
Yes.
how many costume changes are you doing in this night, Josh?
I would maybe I think I would just be the one character, but I would have like puppet friends, like a skeleton.
Yeah.
And
Right up your alley, Tommy.
That kind of thing.
Now, are there any active late night, or is that just a thing
There
that's
are
gone?
still a few, yeah. Yep. And they have a Hall of Fame. And in fact, the last I heard, they were building like a brick and mortar late night talk show, like movie introducer.
Scary movie.
Hall of Fame.
Really?
Yeah.
That's where the kids want to go.
They're obviously, that's not a ton of people funding that. And so it was like 3 years ago that I heard they were really
Daddy,
trying to
we
get
don't
it.
want to go to Disney. We want to go to the Late Night Movie Host Hall of Fame.
You know, the people that would go to that, or the people who give money to that, are dying, so they better hurry.
Or people like me who want to see that kind of thing continue.
I know, but so many of us grew up with it, but now it's just...
Isn't there like a horror hound convention or something?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and a lot of them are there. You have your Sammy Terry. Who's there's another guy who's real, Sven Gulli. Sven Gulli is...
Every major city had one. One of the most famous was Ghoulardi.
Sure.
In Greater Cleveland, and Ghoulardi's son is a famous film director.
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Paul Thomas Anderson. And Ghoulardi himself became the voice of ABC. He moved to L.A. And
Yeah.
He was buddies with Tim Conway and all those guys from Ohio that ended up in Los Angeles, including Johnny Carson's head writer. But do you know what we're talking about?
No clue.
Your Elvira types. Your,
okay. Yeah.
They would host these midnight movies.
Prior to cable TV, when there were essentially three stations, maybe four if you counted PBS, these stations would have, there was no late night programming. So they would put together, they'd play old scary movies, and they would usually have them hosted by some kind of either ghoul or...
Yeah. Somewhere, Gilbert Godfrey did it for a while on, was it USA, Ace?
I don't remember that one.
Oh, okay.
We had Dr. Shock in Philly.
Dr.
Shock.
Oh.
Man, that is so funny. That stuff is great.
And we have kind of a Frankenstein story coming up today.
Oh, boy.
You know, at least I was thinking about Frank's.
I just found out the other day, I realized this is regional, but we had a guy named Sammy Terry.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I just found out the other day that it's like cemetery.
Yeah,
And that never dawned
Jeff,
on me
the
in
first time
40
I heard,
years of life.
The first time I heard that one, it took me a little while. I was like, what is Sammy Terry?
Did it take you
40 years?
No.
It took me 40.
This is as bad as Chick McGee not realizing that the black and white parts of The Wizard of Oz, those are the same actors that are in the fantasy about the...
I made fun of you. I got one of these too.
Okay.
There's a university known as Indiana University.
Yes.
Famous basketball school, Bobby Knight. I didn't know the IU logo was an I and a U until I was 27 years old.
What did you think it was?
I thought it was like a weird pitchfork or something.
Yeah, the fighting pitchforks.
To be fair, the U is a smaller font than the I. It is kind of an odd look.
Yes.
But yeah, man, whoosh, right over my head.
Well, I feel a little better. Thank you.
I think everybody has something that we didn't get.
I love the fact that Sammy Terry's son stepped in and became Sammy Terry.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That
They're
was
keeping that alive.
Cool. Yeah.
They're keeping it dead.
Yeah,
Thank you. You're exactly right.
They're keeping it dead.
Yeah. Do you have a voice? Do you have a...
I haven't messed around with it.
Really?
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
Tonight on the Creature Feature.
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
I want it kind of more...
Bonesy, what are your thoughts on this particular motion?
Is this a skeleton puppet?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's got Bonesy.
Are you also doing the voices for all the puppets?
Yes, yeah.
In my head?
There are no bones about it. I love it. Thank you, Bonesy.
In my head, the camera cuts away, but if you were watching live, you would just see you doing all of the voices.
In my head, the camera doesn't cut away. You just see me doing the voice. I'm just a total lunatic.
And you're not throwing your voice at all. Yeah. You just look like a homeless guy outside 7-Eleven talking to his pals.
And the beauty of those shows was they were so low budget. Usually, like the weather guy would also be doing props, and and they would get away with, at least the one Ghoulardi would get away with a lot of stuff. There was a lot of innuendo and adult stuff because the general manager's banging his secretary and not watching TV, so he doesn't care.
That's where I first saw Creature from the Black Lagoon.
There you go.
It was on the Sammy Terry show. Yeah.
Is there any? Do any of the cable channels have that kind of cheesy?
There is on over-the-air television. If you don't have cable or satellite, I'll have to look up which one it is. I think it's MeTV, but they have one on Saturday night.
They do. I think that's Svengoolie.
I don't know if it's reruns or just
right.
But still, it'd be fun to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like
It would be great
dates.
to do one live where you could have a news desk and have the ghoul doing dumb news stories, much like this show. Keep it really contemporary. Well, there's smoke from Canada because they're burning bodies.
Oh, they don't want you to know about that.
Yes, the city of New York.
Don't.
Who's that, Gary?
Bonesy. It's Bonesy. Bonesy's back.
Yes, they had to postpone the Yankees game because of a Viking funeral. I just love that stuff.
Yeah, that would be fun. Joe Bob Briggs is still doing it on I think Shudder, the streaming network, and Elvira will still occasionally do it on.
And I know you love Elvira because I went to that convention with you and you stood in line to get a picture with Elvira.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Would that cost you?
I think I paid $100 because it was a professional photo. So yeah, and she was in costume, which she is sort of rare for her these days.
And so is there like security all over the place? And
there was enough. Yeah, I mean, if somebody, yeah. But she put her hand on my knee.
Oh, did she?
What are you guys going to do about that?
Let me ask you something.
You relive that moment?
Did she hit the sticky part? Speaking of masturbation, coming up we have a fascinating story about the kind of not the history of masturbation, but some origins. Origin story that some scientists, some researchers have come across. Oh, sorry, that was an unintentional play on words. They've developed a theory about how long masturbations have been around. It's really kind of interesting.
I see.
That's coming up today. Let's see. We started with the song "I Want to Be Bob" by request, by the way. This comes to us from Jay. And Bob was our guest yesterday, and he was talking about some pretty serious business. He's being treated for cancer. He's gone through chemo and radiation. Looked great. He's got a little surgery coming up, but he has a series of podcasts that are out there. If you go to the Bob and Tom website or any of our social media platforms, you can link to them. And it's a real positive, upbeat. There's actually some pretty good comedy in there, talking about what he's going through. And I think we probably all know someone who either has had it or has it and is dealing with it. And everyone's journey is different, as Bob said, but it's really interesting. If you want to give that a listen. It's called the Bob and Cancer Show, and it features his wife Becky and our friend Whit. But anyway, if you're interested in that, by all means, give it a listen. I know that it went up yesterday, and I've had lots and lots of communications with people that were really glad that Bob was A, doing well, and B, sharing his journey with everybody. Now, you want to give me the teaser in sports, Willie?
Yeah, welcome to the South Beach Sports Desk today. We are only talking Miami-based sports. So,
really? Is that right?
Story about the Colts, get out of here. Story about the Cincinnati Reds, kick rocks.
So hockey's out, no Panthers, no Vegas Knights?
Get the heck out of town.
Oh, boy, that could be a short sportscast.
That's South Florida, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't that hockey team?
Did I say it's the South Beach? It's a new thing, and we're all trying to have fun with it, you guys.
Okay, so it's just South Beach. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then that would eliminate the hockey.
Yeah, so yeah.
There's that great restaurant there that we can talk about. Right now, I want to talk about great sound, and I'm going to personalize this announcement here because I am a big fan of the Raycon earbuds. And the Raycon earbuds, they even look different. They kind of fit in your ear perfectly because they have adjustable, what do you call those things, Christy? The rubbery parts?
Oh, ear tips?
Whatever. I don't know the technology here. I just know the
they're
names.
Called ear tips.
But I lost my charging cord. So I had to use the other ones that came with my phone for a while, and they kept not. You'd try to turn them on, and they wouldn't be there. Then they'd go out, and in and out. It was awful. The Raycons immediately hook up to your phone. They're great, and you can make it so that you don't hear anything from the outside. Just whatever you're listening to. Maybe it's the podcast of the Bob and Tom Show. Maybe you're jamming, if you will, to your favorite song in whatever genre that may be. You're forgiven. But I love my Raycon earbuds, and with coffee at $5 or $10 a glass these days, or a cup, maybe it's time to save some cash with Raycon wireless earbuds. Raycon has a mission to prove you don't have to pay an arm and a leg for great quality sound. You can get a pair and a spare and still pay less than you would for those big-name tech brands out there. By the way, they do offer some special buy now, pay later options at Raycon. You go to buyraycon.com/Tom. That'll knock an extra 15% off your Raycon order. Buyraycon.com/Tom. Score 15% off your Raycon purchase. And believe me, I use them all the time, and I really do like them. They are much, much better. So they're twice as good and half the price. So, by the way, they offer free domestic shipping and a flat fee for international shipping. So if you're listening to our show, good morning, my sister, and listening in England, hello. They've got over 50,000 five-star reviews. Check them out, buyraycon.com/Tom. Coming up, booby traps in the news and boobs in the news.
And monster cereal, keeping with our theme.
I love the monster cereal.
They got a new one.
We got a new one.
What?
They got a new monster cereal.
All right.
Which is why I was thinking about Frankenstein. Be right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This episode brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can get a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
There's one thing that will forever change the way you sleep, and it's the softest 100% organic cotton bedding from Boll & Branch. You'll fall asleep faster, wrapped in the most luxurious comfort. You'll never sleep hot again with airy blankets, cloud-like duvets, and breathable sheets. You'll experience pure comfort on night one and feel your bedding get softer with every wash. Discover the difference with 15% off your first order at bollandbranch.com with code Cumulus. Exclusions apply. See site for details.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Josh.
Look forward to hearing from you later on, Pally. There's Jeff Oskay.
What's up, sir?
He's sitting in for Chick McGee today, who's, I bet right now, boarding a plane. He's on his way to visit his daughter. Isn't that sweet?
Aww.
There's Ace Cosby.
He's in the bar.
Well.
Thanks, very helpful.
Willie Griswold.
I said double Woodford Rocks now.
Oh, good choice, though.
He's real
Good
silly.
choice.
I'm Josh Arnold, the sidekick chair. There's Tom.
It's 5 o'clock in Siberia. That's okay. We're ready to go. Yeah, Chick is going to visit his daughter.
He's going to have a great time.
Now, we have a lot to get to today, including a bunch of stuff in sports. We have a lot of mail. For some reason that I can't figure out, we got talking about those old-fashioned late-night horror movie hosts.
Sure.
And Josh is a big horror movie buff.
Yeah.
And you said you'd like to maybe become one of those guys.
Yeah. Oh, I watched a horror movie yesterday.
What'd you watch?
Subspecies 4.
Oh, God.
Bloodstorm. Yeah.
That sounds delightful.
Subtitle. What's it about, may I ask?
Vampires in Bucharest and Transylvania.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do they speak English?
They do, but sometimes they slip into Bucharestian or whatever.
Oh, that's the language there?
Transylvanian?
Romanian.
Romanian.
We're all acting like you're dumb. None of us know.
I love those Adam Sandler movies.
Hotel Transylvania?
Those I think are brilliant. I get
they're funny.
Such a kick out of those.
I have not seen those.
They
Those
do
are
like a Take Me to the Hotel Transylvania bit. Ever? Does that happen?
they're animated, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just think they're hilarious.
It's all bits. It's just silliness. Yeah. You'd like them, Willie.
I'll check it out, man.
And it's and the Dracula character is sort of this screwed up dad. It's such a great premise and so well done. Got this letter. Hey, Tom writes King S. There was a late night show in Traverse City, Michigan. The guy was called Count Zapula.
Oh,
that's a good one. What are some of the other ones you were mentioning?
Sven Gulli, Goulardi was famous. Sammy Terry,
Elvira,
and then of course Elvira, Joe Bob Briggs, those guys.
But you would do kind of a ghoul.
Yeah, in fact, I think I will. And what I'll do is just like on my YouTube, I'll just introduce a movie. And what you do is you'll watch that, and then you have to just go watch the movie.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Because I don't have the outlet to just show it.
Is there a way that you can? I think there should be a way you can categorize films, like scary as opposed to gory.
Oh,
yeah. I like scary movies, but I don't like gory movies.
Well, look, I'm an encyclopedia, baby. You ask me what's scary, what's gory.
So you got to think of a name, though.
Yeah.
Josh, you could do it on Twitch.
And what kind of... You can?
You could do it on Twitch, and then during Twitch, you could have it picture-in-picture, you in the corner, and you're eating your little snacks, you're getting scared by the jump scares. People could be watching the movie with you.
You can play the movie?
Yeah.
Wow, yes.
I have a question.
Yes, Tom.
So we have to name this guy, this late night host. Could I make a suggestion?
Well, we can't
not only
stop
can
you,
I would have no choice.
How about Count Jacula?
Yep. I'd like...
No.
Maybe the kids wouldn't be able to watch Count Jacula. Sorry.
Away from here, I'd like to shed some of the roles you've put me in.
You just go home, and you get your little notebook out, and you're so excited to write.
It's Count Jacula from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, I'm sorry, Josh.
Hey, come on. I got them both in one joke.
That's not bad, said God.
It's not bad.
He likes
it. Pat Godwin's got his guitar. We'll get a song out of Mr. Godwin coming up. Now, Willie, I should explain, quite a while ago, put $40 down on the Miami Heat.
On April 18th, it was the day that Giannis was having some injury issues.
And explain the bet.
I bet $45 down. If they win the finals, I get $4,000. I could cash it out last night for $900. I imagine after they lost last night, it's probably closer to $400 now. But yeah, I'm gonna ride it out. I'm not gonna cash out. It's a lot of fun. I'm not thinking it as me losing $900 or losing $4,000. I'm just losing $40. Worst case scenario.
Right. And there was a game, and as you mentioned.
Yeah, you want to do this?
Yeah.
Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray have become the first teammates in NBA Finals history to both record triple-doubles. And Denver's two stars made sure the Nuggets reclaimed the lead in the series by beating the Miami Heat 109-94 in Game 3 on Wednesday night. Murray had 34 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists, getting the rebound he needed with 9 seconds remaining. Jokic finished with 32 points, 21 rebounds, and 10 assists. My goodness. Game 4 is in Miami. Jimmy Butler scored 28 points for Miami.
Jimmy Butler's a golfer.
Jimmy Butler.
He's now
and Bam
under the
Adebayo.
control of the Saudis.
Man, that is right up my alley. That is so far up my alley.
And I understand that in the late night horror genre, live golf is now die golf.
Oh.
Sorry.
Bam Adebayo finished with 22 points, 17 rebounds for the Heat. I think they're going to go game for game till Game 7. That's what I want to happen. It's been such a fun series to watch, man.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens with the bet. Now, Christy Lee is at the news desk. Do you want to give me a little taste of what's coming up?
You talked about the origin of masturbation earlier. We also have what ancient Rome might smell like. Do you want to dive into news?
I bet.
This is the headline's misleading. It's not. I mean, obviously, ancient Rome probably, I would imagine, smelled like sewage.
Yes.
Well, what the ladies would have smelled like in ancient Rome.
Yeah,
a perfume has been found.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Perfume and sewage.
And then they really found a sealed bottle.
Yeah, 2,000-year-old bottle of perfume. The small quartz vial was discovered in a mausoleum in what is now Carmona, Spain. The perfume was kept sealed with a form of carbon and tightly covered with bitumen. I don't know what that is, keeping the contents preserved for 2 millennia. Researchers analyzed the solid perfume and determined it was made with the essential oil, Tom's favorite. Anyone?
Patchouli?
Patchouli. Very good.
Hey, man. You got some tunes? Got some reefer, man? I got my patchouli.
I got my patchouli. Therefore, there must be reefer.
Reefer's around the corner.
Tom thinks if you wear patchouli, you're what? A dirty hippie?
No,
Is that what you
I just
called them?
hate that smell. I was at a sushi joint, and I had to move tables because there was a lady who had bathed in patchouli.
It stays with you.
It's earth. It's real earth.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this would explain the famous cave carvings of tie-dyed togas.
They wrote that the discovery is possibly the first time a perfume from Roman times has been identified. If you'd like to find out more, you can check out a journal called Heritage. I'm sure they have a lot more in-depth in.
No, thanks.
All right,
If it's in Spain, how do they know it's from Rome, though? Because there's like 2,000 years in the middle. It's like under, Tunisian control at other points. Like, how do they know who that is?
Yeah, I think it was the rest of the dig, archaeological dig, had a bunch of Roman stuff in it.
Got it.
But did you see the bottle? It says.
I did not.
It says Chanel No. 1.
Wow, yeah, one of the earlier.
Obviously.
AD.
Yeah. Very, very early. Is patchouli still a thing? Is that like...
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Like fish,
but
is it fish fans? And
No.
It's a
It's
girl
yoga
in her
moms.
apartment.
It's the other
Yoga
way.
moms don't wear patchouli.
That's what I think of.
No, you're thinking of amber. That's a different thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like hippies don't wear deodorant, really. Or they don't wear, perfumed deodorant. Maybe just classic Old Spice or something.
My yoga mom friends all wear amber. And it's
Amber
very
is the color of
noticeable.
her energy. Patchouli, the last time I
Josh,
smelled
that's
it,
a bad joke. I give it a 3 out of 11.
the last time I smelled it, it was a girl who had like dreadlocks and like homemade hemp bracelets and stuff. I think she was like selling them. So I don't know, but it's not. I don't know, man. Part of me feels like I've grown to like it.
Now I just smelled
do you
amber.
do you like dirty leg hippie chicks?
I don't hate them.
No, I'm not suggesting there's anything evil about them. Have you ever...
I like their spirit a lot. Yeah, I do.
You like the sentiment of a hippie chick.
Yeah. Yes, enjoy yourself. Be you. My gosh.
Optimistic.
Yes.
I think patchouli was really big in the 70s. I think that's why it's in your brain so much. Because I
just dislike it profoundly.
Yeah. It can be pretty rough.
Is there a perfume you like? Is there a scent that...
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's as the Supreme Court
I'm with
said,
you.
As the Supreme Court wrote about pornography, I don't know what it is, but I know it when I smell it.
Okay.
That's somewhat of a variation
Right.
on what the justice wrote. But yeah, there's some stuff I like.
Okay.
I think you and my sister both wear one that I like. Do you remember what's that called?
I don't know.
It's not available anymore, you were telling me.
Oh, Stella.
Your sister's perfume really gets you going, doesn't it?
Kind of winds you up with a
Tommy Floyd over there?
Of course, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Jenny has good taste.
Yes, it's called incest erection.
They just get right to it.
Number 5.
You're great at naming stuff this morning.
Yes, Count Jacula.
Yeah, Janny's probably friends with Stella McCartney. Can she get that back?
I'll
I
ask
really
her.
like it
I'll
back.
ask her. Jan wrote me a nice note yesterday wishing Bob the best.
Oh, good.
As did one of my brothers has already listened to the podcast. So once again, Bob stopped by yesterday, and he is dealing with a cancer diagnosis. He's already had a bunch of chemotherapy and radiation. He's doing fine, looks great, feels great, and he
So funny.
He did a what do you call it? He did a series of podcasts that are posted, and they're I think he's got 2 more he's going to work on, but they're all up there, and it's just about his journey. And as Bob said, every cancer journey is different. So, but this is what happened to him, and if you're dealing with that or know someone who is, it might be somewhat helpful. And I've had a bunch of people email me and text me about how much they enjoyed it, and there's some very funny moments. I don't want to give away the whole story. One involves what's the word I'm looking for? Hopped up? No, that might not be it. Bob had to take some steroids during this thing, and so he was cleaning and he was out in the yard, and he inadvertently shot off a can of bear spray into his face.
Yeah.
Did his swing get any better?
His what?
His swing. Did he take any at-bats or anything? Took some steroids.
Yeah, Bob's a very good baseball player. Did you know that?
Yeah, that's why I asked if his swing got better, because he took steroids.
Yeah, he was...
It's supposed to be a silly comment. Everyone looking at him crazy.
Yes. I believe he was swinging, if I'm not mistaken, a leaf blower at the time. But anyway, it's out there. We have a link if you go to bobandtom.com or any of the Bob and Tom social media platforms. You can find it, and it's talking about his particular journey that he is on right now with respect to that, and it's called the Bob and Cancer Show.
Have you ever been pepper sprayed? Like, not on purpose, like accidentally? Like,
No.
That stuff, I haven't done the bear spray, but me and my friend were playing with a thing of mace and got each
You're
other.
playing with one?
Yeah, well, just seeing like how much you had to push down to actually activate it. Not very far. That's the answer. And we were in a Denny's, and it kind of like bounced off the table and shot me right in the eye. Yeah, ruined my moons over my hammy.
Moons over my hammy.
Yeah, they had to clear out the Denny's. So
No kidding.
yeah, it's potent.
You know, Bob said they had the bear spray because they'd been visiting some national park.
Glacier National Park.
Well, the bear spray comes in like, it looks like a
Fire extinguisher,
Yeah, a
right?
fire extinguisher. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
And as our friend Greg Warren said, you do not spray it on yourself like off.
No.
You spray it at the bear.
Very important to know that. Yes. And Greg Warren, by the way, his
He's everywhere right now.
Yeah.
his new special.
It's blowing up.
Yeah, it's on YouTube, and it got the endorsement of the New York Times. Ran a nice piece about 5 contemporary comedians and things to watch. So we highly recommend.
As if he wasn't too big for his britches already.
Yeah, he did like 5 podcasts in one day.
Yeah.
And,
Speaking of great comedians, Frank Caliendo will be our guest coming up next hour, as well as comedian Al Jackson from the Daily Blast Live. Al will be joining us.
2 very talented.
They used to do a
comedians.
podcast together.
Oh, yeah, they did.
That's right. It was short-lived, but they sure did.
It was called Al Franken, and people really liked it. People got a kick out of it.
And then
I got a little confused, but
and then something happened, and all of a sudden he wasn't a senator anymore.
Yeah.
Very confusing.
a story we did yesterday that some of you may have missed because when Bob was here, we did it because it kind of speaks in Bob's language. A pub in Australia has apologized for promoting an event that offered free drinks based on bra size. According to 7 News, the Woolshed in Adelaide intended to host a promotional event offering customers 1 free drink for an A cup bra size, 2 free drinks for B cup, 3 free drinks for a C cup. You see where this is going.
And if you don't wear a bra, you get free drinks all night.
Hell yeah, good for me and my friends. Yeah.
Well, you're not too far off. The post read, wearing a bra so uncomfortable, hang it up in the shed, let loose. This means you as well, boys. The bigger the better. The ad was met with heavy criticism, as you can imagine, prompting
Flat-chested, no funds.
prompting management to cancel the event and take down the promo.
I wanted to do that here. I had a really good idea for it.
You did?
Yeah, we'd call it "Show Us Your Schlitz."
And you got a can of
beer?
I talked to some of the upper level people here.
Well,
They said no.
Not everybody understood it. Some women were taking their underwear off.
Yeah, I was going to say you have to wear a skirt.
That's something that we would have done in the 80s.
Sure. Absolutely.
These days, the inappropriateness of it has sort of seeped into our brains. Yikes. In today's world, we wouldn't do that, although you could get a job at Hooters, I suppose, if you have the right size hair. Ironically, the ladies with double D cups end up in AA.
Oh.
With this promotion. Okay.
Real tragic.
Yeah.
Yes.
And hot.
Coming up, we have
those 12 steps are bouncy, baby.
Real bouncy.
coming up. We have something that is right up Christie's alley.
What does that mean?
It involves alpacas.
Oh, I saw this.
And you're a big alpaca fan.
Love alpacas.
And there was, a llama farm near your house?
She had llamas, yes, but I prefer the alpacas.
And they're like miniature llamas?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, but they're in the news once again.
Yeah,
And
her llamas weren't as friendly, but her baby llama was. She kept it in the house for a while, but...
Really?
Oh, yeah, Luna. Beautiful animal.
Well, you can keep a baby llama in your house?
Yeah,
if you're
you
a
can.
hillbilly, you can. You can keep anything in your house, Willie.
I'll be a hillbilly if I can have a little llama as my tie rack. Oh, my gosh,
She
how
was
fun
not
that
a
is.
hillbilly.
She was about as far from a hillbilly as
Yeah,
you
I was
can
going to
get.
say, yeah.
But
What, is she dead?
Yeah. May she rest in peace.
Well, that's what happens when you live with filthy animals.
right now, we'll change the topic. The Bob and Tom Show is brought to you by BetterHelp. It's easy to get caught up in what everyone else is doing these days. It's so confusing out there. There's 1,000 TV channels. We went through the whole COVID thing, and you want to keep yourself in balance. And that's where therapy can come in. And BetterHelp is an interesting new idea, although it's already hooked up about 1 million people. What it's all about is getting balance in your life through therapy. And BetterHelp will connect you to a licensed therapist. And what's interesting about this is it's all done online, which makes it a lot more convenient, makes it very flexible, and it's suited, of course, to your own schedule. The way it works is you fill out a brief questionnaire, you'll get matched with a licensed therapist, and by the way, you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. And you can do it as if you were on the phone or with the camera on. You can do it just texting back and forth. Whatever works for you, that's what it's all about. And so if you're interested in getting some more balance in your life, check out BetterHelp.com/BT show. That'll knock 10% off your first month. Once again, BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, BetterHelp.com/BT show to get some balance in your life so you can help other people balance theirs. Coming up, we have a lot of interesting things in the news today, including some great guests, Frank Caliendo and Al Jackson. We have an update on the lady in the treadmill.
Yeah.
It's a video that's, have you seen the actual video of this?
No.
Lady gets on a treadmill and suddenly her pants are off.
Well, yeah, off. Yeah. And I mean, she's naked.
It's kind of scary, really.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about that. And if you ever wondered what pigeons are dreaming about, scientists think that they know. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Prime Video. In the small town of Holland, Michigan, nothing is ever what it seems. Behind the tulip festivals and pretty houses lay dark secrets that threaten to tear a marriage apart. Nicole Kidman stars in this darkly twisted thriller about a wife and mother whose quest to uncover her husband's secrets may get her more than she bargained for. Holland, streaming on Prime Video March 27th.
Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello, Josh.
Making me laugh in the green room, young lady. There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, Josh.
Jeff Oskay in for Chick McGee today.
Yes, sir.
There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
Willie Griswold over there.
What's up, man?
Oh, I'm glad you asked.
It was a rhetorical what's up.
I'm Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair, and there's Tom.
We went on, Josh. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Life is good.
Okay, good. You're able to take the punches. I'm glad.
Well, sure. Yeah. I mean, it's all.
Have you been working on your Count Jacula outfit?
Who should he be? Should he be if I'm going to be a late night horror movie host?
Well, he's got to be from Eastern Europe.
So you think he should be along the lines of a vampire, or should he be a mad scientist? What would be best for me?
I would think your mad scientist would be one of the puppets, don't you think?
Potentially. I think you could make an appearance every now and again as a mad scientist.
Oh, I'd love that.
Oh, yeah, you would definitely be a mad scientist.
What little hair I have,
that
ring, I could bozo it out.
Yeah, and we'll get you a lab coat and just, I've discovered it.
Well, you definitely are a vampire to me.
Oh, okay.
I think.
All right.
I see you in a cape.
Yeah,
Something
of course.
velvety.
And you have a cane, like a nice walking stick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like a
I
big
hope you have a
bumper
cape,
to
but
it.
you're still wearing shorts like Orson Welles.
Yes.
We're talking about perhaps Josh becoming one of those old-fashioned late-night horror movie hosts, because Josh is a big fan of the old-fashioned horror movies. And I think it's just a great idea.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
We'll
look into this
that.
Twitch thing, yeah.
A couple of other real quick things. First off, some shows coming up. I want to remind you that Willie is going to be doing a show at the Caravan in Louisville with Greg Hahn, Thursday, June 15th through Saturday the 17th. And then he's going to be at the famous Clues Hall with Jeff Foxworthy Saturday, June 24th. Mm-hmm. And then, this is a huge event. Greg Hahn is recording a live album at the famous Go Bananas in Greater Cincinnati, Thursday, June 29th through July 2nd with Willie G. That'll be another great show. Now, while I'm at it, Mr. Jeff Oskay is going to be working with Reno Collier Saturday, June 17th in Somerset, Kentucky at the Virginia Theater.
That's right.
That'll be fun.
Tickets are going quick. Get
Okay.
them now.
Good. And then yesterday at this time, we were talking about the song "The Girl from Ipanema," because
she passed
when
away.
was that a hit? Mid '60s.
64, wasn't it?
It's one of those things you'll hear. You'll probably recognize it.
1964.
Had you ever heard it, Willie?
Yeah, so
Astrid Gilberto.
I played this in jazz band in high school.
Oh, no kidding.
No one sang it, so I never knew there were words to it. And then later on, I heard this song, and I was like, oh, this is the song from jazz band. And I was like, no, everybody knows this
What'd
song.
you play?
I played bass typically, but someone else played bass in that, so I got to play the claves.
Oh, yeah.
The Spanish word for keys, and it's two kind of wood blocks, and you hold one on your hand like this, and you just kind of tap right on the...
Yeah.
That seems like
Which is important.
No, that seems like the instrument they give the kid that they aren't too sure about. Like, you take the clavinet.
No, see, that's wrong because I mean the whole key to this tune and all this it's all about rhythm and there's a real subtle groove to all this stuff.
I like this song.
This
is the one. This
is it.
Oh, okay.
You have to have the clavis in this. There he goes. Here, Willie's got something there. He's listen to that. Oh, yeah.
What is that, a shot glass?
That's very good. What is that, Willie?
This is a Dharma Initiative shot glass.
From Lost?
Yeah, Brent Terhune got me this. My pal Brent Terhune. Thank you, Brent.
Oh.
Check out his new special on Amazon Prime.
Wow.
See, and I just see ballroom dancing to this because I can, in my head, I can see the samba, I can see the rumba.
But I mean, that is
it's such a great song.
That rhythm is so amazing.
Sure.
It's the whole thing is so subtle. That song, her singing is sort of whispery, and it's like the opposite of what Ethel Merman.
Oh,
that in your face screaming, Broadway stuff. It's its own thing, and it's great. But sadly, the lady that sang that is no longer.
Astrid Gilberto.
I'm picturing like a pretty lady watering her plants.
Yeah, sure,
when I hear
sure.
that song.
Yeah, anything.
Like,
sure.
You know, sashaying through her apartment as she in a nice dress.
The reason I brought it up again is we got this nice letter from Dan. He writes, don't forget the Muzak version of The Girl from Ipanema is playing as the Blues Brothers are on the elevator at the Cook County Tax Assessor's office.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that. That's so funny.
Man, that is a funny movie between all those unnecessary cameos. What a good movie.
You know, I did a bunch of tributes yesterday, but I didn't do Tom's.
Oh!
Explain the background on this.
I did a bunch of tributes yesterday for the girl that passed away, the girl from Ipanema.
Astrid.
This is Tom's. Tall and white, his knees are hurting him. I see Tom doing Pilates at our gym. And when he walks, each time he walks, he goes, ow, ow. Oh, these news stories are brutal today.
Yeah, that Pilates lady kicked my ass yesterday.
Oh, did she?
Oh, my gosh, yeah. It looks so easy.
No, I do it 3 times a week. It's not easy. And you know what the thing is? I've been doing this for 20 years. It never gets easier. It's like, how am I not getting better?
I think we should write a letter to God. Will, you were saying?
How am I not?
I like to think this Pilates instructor isn't a real Pilates instructor. It's just someone that you've wronged in the past, and they've Mrs. Doubtfired themselves into this fitness persona, and they can just kick your ass twice a week.
Yeah, well, I was talking to a woman I know that's a fitness guru type, and she was. I said, "You realize you could say anything to your clients. You could make up something completely ridiculous, and they're going to do it.
Of course, they'd believe you.
I want you to take that weight. We're going to tape it to your foot, and you're going to swing it around. Okay. It's like when you're a little kid and you think adults know everything. You know what I mean? And if you're if you walk up to a little kid, anything you tell them, oh, it's from an adult. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with exercise instructors. So they could really pull a fast one on you. And maybe you're right.
When I was a kid, my dad would just blatantly lie to us. Like, I asked him, my dad owned a Datsun B210, which is not a fast car. But I go, oh, how fast does this car go? He goes, 300 miles an hour. And I went into my fourth grade class and told everyone that my dad drove a car that went 300 miles an hour, and they all told me I was a moron. And then I went home, and I was like, hey, they said you were lying. He goes, yeah, you dummy. Like, no car goes that fast. I'm like, I'm in fourth grade. I don't know what maximum car speeds are, you jerk.
Hey, don't go knocking Datsuns.
No, I love the car.
Those 240Zs are really valuable now.
But it didn't go 300.
No.
Yeah.
It did have the back flip-out windows, the ones you couldn't roll down.
Yeah.
You could just flip out so you could get a little bit of air to your tiny little face as you were jammed in the back.
Was your dad smoking in the front seat?
Yeah. Yeah, and it comes straight back in that little tiny
Exactly,
window.
yeah. Thanks.
So he flicks the ashes and they come flying into your eyes and back.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Thanks, Dad. We're going to catch up with some sporting news coming up. We have some fascinating stuff in the world of news, including alpaca news for Christy Lee, pig's blood in the news, Indiana Jones booby traps in the news, and monster cereal.
Yeah.
There's a new one coming out. Great guests, including Frank Caliendo in about 20 minutes, and Al Jackson. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Even though we're not too much to look at, you can also watch the show on our YouTube channel.
It's time for basketball, and Uber Eats is dropping deals on game day favorites to keep you locked in on the action. Like when you're craving a buzzer beater, but also buffalo wings. Or when an upset makes you want to ugly cry into a pizza. And right now, Uber Eats has game day deals from McDonald's, Popeyes, Pizza Hut, Wendy's, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a hamburger. Order now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey.
Pat Godwin in the music room.
Hello, Josh.
Jeff Oskay in for Chick McGee this morning.
That's right.
Ace Cosby over there.
Hey.
Willie Griswold over there.
Hey, man.
I'm Josh Arnold, and there's Tommy. What are you working on, pal?
I was just going over some names of late-night horror movie hosts.
A lot of people sending in their favorites that they got to watch when they
There
were...
was Count Zapula.
Right.
In northern Michigan. Goulardi in Cleveland. There was also the famous Sammy Terry, which Mr. Oskay, you...
apparently means cemetery. Who would have guessed?
So for years you saw Sammy Terry and didn't put that together?
Up until
I didn't either.
Last year. Like 48 years of my life I went through not
getting the play on words?
Yeah. No, I'm big dummy.
And we've Josh is a big fan, and I'd like Josh to maybe do a special video of Josh as a late night host. And I came up with the name Count Jacula from Pennsylvania, which Josh isn't going to be using.
No, not fun for me.
Have you given it any thought about who you'd be?
No, but I will for sure. I'm just being told in Tampa there was Dr. Paul Bearer.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And in south of Pittsburgh, Chili Billy Cardilli, which I don't know what's happening there.
I'm tuning in, though.
And apparently, Channel 43 Cleveland on Friday nights, Count Alucard. Any ideas what Count Alucard is?
Is it something backwards?
It is. It's Dracula.
Oh, sorry.
They thought they were doing something special when they made that one.
It's one I stumbled across a few months ago. It's Macabre Theater.
Mm-hmm.
With your host, Ivana Cadaver, and her sidekick is Butch Patrick.
Oh, no kidding. The Butch Patrick?
Yes.
The real Butch Patrick who portrayed, he was in the Munsters, right?
Munsters.
He's got to be 70.
It was no longer production, but...
Oh, okay.
What was it called again?
Macabre Theater.
Macabre
Theater with, who's the...
Ivana Cadaver.
Awana Cadaver?
Ivana.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
And apparently Sir Graves Ghastly was on in Detroit.
That's not bad.
No.
Yeah.
Sir Graves Ghastly.
You got to think of. Does it have to be funereal?
No.
No, not necessarily, but it could be.
Referential to the Dracula legend?
It doesn't have to be that either. It can be whatever we want it to be. So, yeah, we'll figure this out.
I know a guy whose real name is Frank Steen.
What?
No,
That
you
is
don't.
tough.
Is his middle initial N by any
Sure, he
chance?
pronounces it Stein.
That's even worse.
Seriously, he's the doorman at the Jazz Kitchen.
Frank Stein.
That's Frank's last name. I know Frank, but I didn't know his last name.
And he'd be Count Blackula.
Is there smoking in here?
Come on, man. That was so unnecessary.
No, that's a real character.
There was a Blackula, yeah.
Yeah, that was
and
a movie.
I think Blackula Rises Again. One of the two.
I think there were two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could say so.
There's a
Mom.
Frank and Hooker. Did you ever see that movie?
Frank and Hooker?
Is that a porno?
No. It's an 80s horror film. Huh. It's actually not terrible.
Well, we'll try to get a horror thing for Josh going there. Now, also, Mr. Oskay was just mentioning that when he was a kid, his dad, I was just sort of saying when you're a little kid, you believe adults know everything.
Right.
Then when you're an adult, you realize that we know nothing. But your dad told you what again?
We were driving to school one day, and I asked my dad how fast the Datsun we were in went, and he told me 300 miles an hour. And so I went in and told all my friends, because I don't know why. I thought my dad wouldn't lie to my face. And then all my friends made fun of me and called me a liar. And I went home. I was like, they all said I was a liar. That car really doesn't go 300 miles an hour. He's like, yeah, you dumbass.
That's 212 miles per hour faster than going back in time.
Well, one of our listeners said, hey, that reminds me of something. A similar story from, Tommy Johnigan.
We have comedian Tommy Johnigan hanging out with us. He's one of our favorites. You were saying that you would often ride with your dad across the country in the back of the truck.
This is the thing my dad would love. He loves like a practical joke. He would love to scare people. Like we were going down a mountain in California in the semi, and he was pounding his foot on the floorboard, telling my stepmom the brakes went out. And he did this to the point she started crying, and the only reason he stopped is because she was crying enough to make him laugh. So he stopped, and he would pull jokes on.
That's not good.
He was quite a guy.
Never good.
Yeah. He would play
because
jokes
he loved
on you
her
and never tell you he was joking. Like the funny part wasn't the part where he goes, "Oh, you're joking," and then he laughs right then. The funny part is he tells you something wrong, and he knows that you're spreading it around. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, the windmills in California.
Yes.
And they have, there's parts of it where there's a ton.
Right.
So it's my dad and myself and then some cousin of mine or something. He's in his 30s, but he's an idiot.
Right.
And I'm a child. So we drive by these, and the guy goes, "What are all these for?" And then my dad goes, "Oh, shoot. I wasn't supposed to go this way." And the guy's like, "What are you talking about?" And my dad goes, well, "Nobody's supposed to see these because you know how there's the rumor that an earthquake caused California to break off from the United States." And we were like, "Yeah?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Well, these fans, you notice they're all pointing the same, so they're pushing California back into the country and keeping it afloat, right?"
I like your dad a lot more now.
So he tells this adult that, and the adult
spreads the wall.
He's like, "Oh my God," right? So he just leaves it. I mean, we drive, and he never says it's any different. 3 months later, when I see my dad on the next vacation, he goes, "Can you believe John believed that thing about telling me as a kid? Can you believe he believed that? Can I believe it? Can you believe I told my school that?" "Yes, I believed it. Why didn't you?" There was no wink. You also told me that. And that was the jokes he would like to do.
Wow.
Tommy Johnigan is our guest.
I like you more and more.
Do you want children, Tommy?
I want them eventually.
Okay.
Oh, man.
My fiance wants like 6. That's the thing from my dad, and I swear I think he's hilarious, and I think he's just made some clerical errors here and there. But I've told my fiance that even though if we play a practical joke, and even with my nieces and nephews, I always, before they leave the room, I go,
I'm kidding.
I was just joking.
Yeah.
I don't want them to go to
Don't you have a new niece?
I have a new nephew.
New nephew.
A new nephew. 10.5 pounds. Is
Wow.
what he popped out
At birth?
Wow.
At birth.
My God.
Have you ever seen it?
I think
No.
we may have read a story about her.
Yeah. If you've never seen a 10.5-pound baby, just picture John Goodman from far away.
Tommy Johnigan. Parents lie. That'll happen. We got a couple things going on here. Coming up, we're going to talk with Frank Caliendo in just a couple of minutes. I love Frank. We'll see what's going on with Mr. Caliendo. Right now, we're going to check back in with Willie G at the sports desk. What have we missed?
Lionel Messi is set to become part of the next chapter of men's soccer in North America. Messi's announcement that he will join Major League Soccer's Inter Miami is another landmark moment for the league and the sport in the United States.
The next chapter in what's that book called? No One Here Cares?
No, I think
they keep trying, don't they?
If they're paying Lionel Messi, the next chapter is Chapter 11. Isn't that guy? Isn't he the highest paid athlete that isn't an F1 driver in the world?
He's one of them.
Wow, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be interesting. We'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm. But he's the latest to join U.S. soccer. Other stars, I'm probably going to pronounce some of these wrong. Sorry. It's David Beckham.
I think that's right.
Henri.
Nailed it.
These are all right.
Did you say Peely?
Peely is there as well.
Okay.
Waini, Roini, and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. So, pretty exciting stuff going on.
What a lovely baby. Let's name him Zlatan.
Oh, little Zlatan, you are so cute.
We call him
More
Zizi.
turnip? They feed their babies turnips. I don't know who they are, but they do it.
Radishes on a special day.
You ever eaten turnips?
Nope.
Are those the white carrots?
No.
What are those things?
Those are
white carrots.
Yeah.
No.
What are they called?
They're actually really pretty good. If you.
Yeah, they are.
They smell like turpentine.
Parsnips.
I forget what to see. I don't know.
It's
This
a root vegetable, right?
This is all stuff you just read about in fairy tales. Or you go to really nice restaurants will have that. Of course we have the pancake with the shaved turnips and the.
And you're like, what?
Well, like $50. What else is coming up, Christy?
Coming up, we have the origins of masturbation. Do you wash your hands? You'd be surprised at the amount of people that don't. And
Before
then,
I masturbate?
What? Before or after? Both? Okay, fair enough. I didn't really want to tie those two stories together,
let's
but
see.
we can.
Also coming up just a couple minutes, we're going to talk with comedian Frank Caliendo.
Or will we talk with George W. Bush? Or will we talk with...
Frank always makes me laugh. I'm looking forward to talking to him and the various people that he impersonates. Right now, I want to talk real quick about the summer and something you can do to shake up your life. First of all, get out and see some great shows. Secondly, have some great food. You ever have that phone in your head ringing and it's your taste buds going, sick of this? Can't take your cooking anymore? Sick of the same restaurants? How about doing something great from HelloFresh? HelloFresh does the shopping. They do the measuring. Everything is all ready for you. You put it together. Sometimes, and it'll take just 10 minutes for some of this stuff. And you've got restaurant-grade food, chef-crafted recipes, 40 each week to choose from. And by the way, they go from left to right. You've got your vegan stuff over here and good old family-friendly over here. Some new fresh and fit summer menus, including calorie-smart stuff, protein-smart items on the menu. All kinds of great stuff from HelloFresh, and it's farm-to-doorstep quality, hence the name HelloFresh. And you're going to save a lot of money, and you're going to save a lot of time. You don't have to go to the grocery store and wander around for an hour. So get out of your recipe rut. What have you been working on, Willie?
Man, check out the Italian chicken and pepper sandos with potato wedges and garlic sauce. HelloFresh sends you 12 ingredients. Put those together in 6 easy steps. In just over a half hour, you are enjoying this Hall of Fame dish that you made at home with help from HelloFresh.
A couple weeks ago, Jess Hooker made firecracker meatballs.
Oh, they were good.
They were everyone in the room loved them. Check out HelloFresh. Do yourself a favor because this offer is amazing. We're talking about 16 free meals and free shipping. The code is BTShow16 at HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. That's HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Coming up, comedian Frank Caliendo. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Josh.
Chick McGee in for fun in the vacation he's going to have.
Almost at us.
Chick McGee's not here.
No, he's in for fun is what I was saying.
Oh, I see.
You thought I made a mistake. There's Jeff Oskay. In for Chick McGee.
So Chick had to go elsewhere to find fun, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's right. Ace Cosby across the way. And there's Willie across the way.
Hey, man.
And right here, not across the way, but in my own way, Josh Arnold. Your thoughts on that, Tom?
Oh, I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, can you refer to yourself in the third person?
Josh can always do that.
Oh, can he?
Yeah.
Tom can't do that.
He just did that.
Tom does not need to sound any more pretentious or self-centered. One of my favorites, I think, is going to join us via the... There, look at that handsome face.
Frankie.
Yes. It's Frank Caliendo. Hi, Frank.
Hey, I am... Wow, I was really enjoying Josh making mistakes and fixing them on the fly.
Well, thank you. I'm a repairman.
That was surreal how well you did that.
Frank is a great stand-up comedian, and I want to mention right off the bat, you can find out where Frank is going to be by going to frankonstage.com. And if I've got this right, Frank, Tuesday, June 20th, you'll be at the famous Funny Bone in Columbus, Ohio. And then Wednesday, June 21st, you'll be at Hilarities in Cleveland, Ohio. Do you still have in-laws there?
Yes, and my wife, my whole family's actually traveling with me for both those dates.
Oh.
It's my wife's birthday, June 20th, but so here's the thing. She wasn't real excited about the dates I picked, but which is standard. She's in for some fun. Is that how you did it,
That's
Josh?
right. That's right.
So we're traveling in because we're going to fly to Italy from the Midwest area. So I took a couple of dates to help pay for that.
Gotcha.
So yeah, Columbus, Ohio, on her birthday, which is where I proposed to her at the Funny Bone on stage.
Oh. Frank.
Yeah. Big other mistakes also made there on stage. No. Truly. Hey, I tell you, I love her. You know, what a pro.
Frank,
and then we'll go visit my brother-in-law in Cleveland and spend a little time in Cleveland. My mother-in-law doesn't live there anymore. She lives here.
Does she live at your place in Phoenix?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, you're enjoying yourself.
A lot of fun.
Right there in your house, huh?
I have never heard... I never realized how old my wife was until she started hanging out with her mom more, and they just talk about old lady things and just fight about who's talking louder.
Oh.
My daughter went to dinner with them last night because my cousin was in town. And she texts me, I'm hanging out with old ladies. Ever notice how much I hang out with old ladies? This is awful. They're talking about their gardens.
Frank, I don't know, you probably know this, but women love it. Like, your wife will love it if you remind her that she's sounding more and more like her mother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've experienced the wrath of that. Yeah. Because I don't have a filter. I mean, a lot of us I like it to like a used car salesman where they can't turn it off, right? Like you go to dinner with a car salesman and you're making a deal to pass the potatoes, that kind of thing. And it's one of those deals where I just say things sometimes because I think it's gonna, get a laugh, and it's the opposite. I'm like in Man on the Moon, Andy Kaufman, where I'm thank you very much because I'm getting nothing. So you're right. Don't say that stuff, and I do, and it gets me in a lot of trouble. But I want to be honest with her because that's what she says. Be honest with me. So when I'm real honest, and then she gets real honest.
So Frank, we're speaking with, of course, the great comedian Frank Caliendo. You're going to be in Columbus, Ohio, and Cleveland, Ohio, in order to raise money to send yourself to Italy. Are they going to pay you in lira?
What was that? I was still laughing about how you set that up.
I understand the exchange rate for the lira is like 10,000 lira equals a quarter.
You know what? I don't even. My wife is handling all of it because I will just get angry if I see the amount of money we're spending.
Yeah, I think it's euros anyway.
It's euros. Yeah.
Where's the lira now? Still in Turkey or something? So, Frank, this is completely off any topic that you're interested in. We were talking about growing up and watching local television, and almost every TV station or every city certainly had one, usually male, horror film host. I grew up with Ghoulardi in Cleveland, and there are so many great ones out there. The most famous, I guess, is Elvira. She was kind of more of a national figure. Did you have one in Milwaukee?
I don't remember one. I was going to say Elvira was one I remembered. There was a guy with a hat. It's always a guy with a top hat or something, and Dracula blood coming down the fangs, the fake fangs or something. I can't remember if there was. I remember they would play like the movies and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, crummy, usually black and white horror movies that they would get cheap.
Yeah, I don't remember. I wish I'm glad
Dr.
you guys gave me some show prep.
Well, you do the usual interviews. They're going to go, "Hey, what would John Madden sound like doing Dracula?" I'm not.
Well, I don't know. Let's ask Will Ferrell. Everybody texts me, you should be in that Madden movie. You should be. For the people who don't know, like Will Ferrell got cast as John Madden. I actually think it's really good casting because people say, Frank, you should be doing the John Madden. I'm like, I'm 5'6". I could be Mini Madden. That's what it would be.
Say hello to Mini Madden. Throw me a freaking bone here, please. You know,
they'd have to CGI my body as like Jabba the Hutt the entire movie. That's one of those things where I'm like, yeah. I mean, Will Ferrell didn't play George W. Bush in the movie. No, Josh Brolin used me as inspiration. That's just throwing that out there.
It looks like Dr. Destruction. Does that ring a bell for you in Milwaukee?
I do no.
Okay.
No, unless I just blocked it out.
Well, you may not have watched.
Well, we're trying to get Josh to be a late night movie host.
Oh, I'd love it.
I think that would be fun. Well, part of this happened because Josh and I were texting back and forth, and he had really liked the Paul Giamatti impression I'd been working on.
I love it.
And it's funny because people hear things differently. I'm tuning in. I'm zoning in on it more and more. But it usually starts with you find a phrase a lot of times with the person that gets you going. And with Paul Giamatti, it's I believe, and I get into it. That's it. From there, I believe watching late night horror movies is the only way to go. And I don't care. I am not drinking any effing Merlot. Wow. We will be drinking blood the entire night. That's what we'll do. I am ready to do this right now and make it happen.
Frank, you have no idea that when I was recovering from something pretty serious, I watched the movie Sideways probably 10 times. It's my favorite movie. You have nailed Paul Giamatti.
It's funny though, because I watched him mostly from Billions to get it. And he's a great actor. He's one of the people you can actually see him thinking on the screen, and I think that's what makes him fantastic. Is you see the wheels turning as he's doing things. But in that show, he's very, very deep. That's. And he gets, the excitable younger Giamatti's a little bit different. I'm working on how to get that as well. That's part of the range of the impression. But people will hear different things. They're like, that sounds more like, people were telling me Jack Nicholson. And then I did on social media, I'm like, well, this is how Jack Nicholson actually sounds, and you're completely wrong. And then people were like, your Paul Giamatti sounds like Heath Ledger in The Joker. And I'm like, I don't know. And then I tried to do some lines as the Joker, Heath Ledger's version from The Dark Knight. And I realized they were right, because the more intense you get, the more he becomes like that Heath Ledger's Joker. Like, you want to know how I got these scars? My father was a drinker and a fiend. And one night, he goes off crazier than usual. Mommy gets the kitchen knife to defend herself. He doesn't like that. Oh, no. Not one bit. So, me watching, he takes the knife to her, laughing while he does it. Turns to me and he says, "Why so serious?" Comes at me with the knife. Why so serious? So it's like, well, that's you're right on the money with that. My instinct that anybody online who says an impression doesn't sound right, I'm like, you should die.
Hey, by the way, I want to stop the interview for 1 second. Frank, I am giving you a standing ovation in my head. That was so brilliant.
Oh, well, thank you.
We were all so stunned we couldn't laugh.
No, we just loved it. Mesmerized.
I try to tell myself that's what happens all the time.
Frank Caliendo is one of my favorite human beings. Frank is a great dad and apparently a great husband. I'm not going to elaborate. Here's a real quick question. This no one will understand if you do this. Do you do an impression of your mother-in-law?
No, not really.
I mean, behind her back, do you walk up to your wife?
No, just my mother-in-law sounds so much like Paul Giamatti.
Nice save.
Are you going to take out that trash? Because I believe it needs to be outside right now.
Are there any lady impressions that you do?
Not human.
Okay.
The reason I say it is because cartoon, I could do a Marge Simpson. Oh, homie. That's
Yeah, you do Miss
easy.
Piggy.
But you bring it down, it's actually Daryl Dixon from The Walking Dead. Oh, I didn't even know we are going to do that. We got to take care of this.
It's amazing. It's when you talk to Frank, he just uncovers these profound truths. You go, oh my God, that's right. It's the same voice.
Here's one that I've talked to you some before, but I've elaborated more recently on social media. It's people always say, John C. Reilly, did you touch my drum set? That voice right there. You put some more air in it, becomes Mark Ruffalo. I see this as an absolute win. I had no idea. There we go. And if you bring it down too much in the back of the throat, it's kind of Kermit the Frog. Hi ho, Kermit the Frog. There's two elements to it: Kermit the Frog and Fozzie Bear. Waka waka waka. You go too deep with that Fozzie Bear part, and you get like Ray Romano. Oh no, that in there. So, and then the end, if you combine them all, it becomes Joe Rogan. Wow, Jamie, pull that up. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Why would you effing do that? Oh no.
Frank Caliendo is our guest. You can see Frank Caliendo on stage in Columbus, Ohio at the Columbus Funny Bone. That's going to be on June 20th. And that is, if I'm not mistaken, a Tuesday. Wednesday, June 21st at Hilarities in Cleveland, Ohio. And once again, this is a special event. It's the Pay for Frank's Trip to Italy event. You're going to love it. Where are you going in Italy, do you know?
We are starting out in Rome, and then we go down to Sorrento, I believe, and then we work our way up to like Florence and Venice.
Nice.
So I'm kind of a weirdo. People already know that in many different ways, but I would never fly over water. I was always scared to fly over water. So my wife had this belief we would, large bodies of water. I'd fly over a lake or a pool or something, but flying over
over the
different
ocean
countries, I was always scared of. And people ask me why. I'm like, well, hey, they're just. I don't want to say anything bad. I don't want to jinx myself right now. But it was one of those things where I wouldn't do it. So now that I got a couple gigs in Hawaii and some different places because money, you can buy me pretty easily out of fear. And so now we're doing that. And she's, my whole family's really excited. My son went on a trip to Europe with his high school last year after graduation. They do it. You take this class and then you go to Europe and Well, all my son said the whole time he was with my wife while she went as a quote unquote chaperone. Yeah, right. And he's like, I wish Dad could be here to see this. So they talked me into it, and it's going to be fun. And my family, the origins of my family are from Italy. So that'll
the old country.
Yeah, returning.
You will have a great time.
It's wonderful.
Once again, our guest is Frank Caliendo, one of my favorite people. Frank is a great performer on stage. You don't want to miss Mr. Caliendo. And you do a lot of pure stand-up as well as the voices.
I do some. I mix the voices in a lot. It's what people like to hear. I found that I always use a lot of people who do impressions do the, hey, this guy would do this, and it would go something like this, that type of thing. Fill in the blank. And I always like to use it like a radio producer where they have the button that they could press and a sound effect would come on. That's the way I liked Robin Williams. That's what I loved is Robin Williams would break into something. Oh my God. And he'd do that. And then there's Jack Nicholson on the side and he's like, hey, how are you? That type of thing to use them quickly, get in and get out. But yeah, there's jokes in there too. Just they're spread out like right now.
Yeah. One of the interesting things about contemporary culture is because there are 1,000 TV channels. I'm sure there's someone listening right now that doesn't know who Paul Giamatti is.
Oh, of course,
it's perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, and he's I'd say he's an A-list, high level. I guess people might call him a character actor, but he's a big time actor.
Sure.
that if you could get him, you could, if you could sign him to a show, the show is probably going to get made. That's not. There's not too many people where that can happen. So, people don't know names. Like I remember this with Robert Downey Jr. I'll say Robert Downey Jr. and then not everybody knows, and I say Tony Stark, and people are like, yeah, and I'm like, that's amazing. I did this in Florida, and a lot goes on in Florida. But I said, this was real. This really happened. I go, I can't believe you guys know a fictional character more than the real person. And somebody said, well, that's because you got it wrong, Frank. I'm like, do tell. That's because Tony Stark's the real guy. Iron Man's the fictional character. Yeah, you got me.
Well, I would be remiss if I didn't ask real quick a couple of the classics. You almost had an opportunity to do George W. Bush in front of the president. Is that correct?
Well, that happened quite a while ago. There were different times
where that happened. I was supposed to do the presidential correspondence dinner, but they hired me to do the congressional correspondence dinner right before, because Cheney had shot the guy in the woods and they wanted him to be seen laughing.
Oh, yeah.
So I did that. I did Bush next to him and Cheney's on the side, Very funny. Basically turning into the penguin.
Okay, and lastly, this is really unfair. Is there any impression you've worked on that nobody likes?
That people don't find good.
Yeah, that they go, no, that's you don't have it, Frank.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them start that way, where people, because it's hard to get your own voice out of it, so people don't always hear it. You ever do that thing where watch a YouTube video where they show the pitches and people can't hear the different tones? The high tones at certain ages, that you start to lose people who can hear it. Have you seen those?
I know all about it.
Right. But that's people, when doing an impression is like doing a magic trick, right? It's basically sleight of voice. So I'm doing things to manipulate my throat and stuff like that, and people or parts of my mouth and whatever to get that voice, so people hear things differently, and you're covering something up, so it's almost like people can see through it. I'm trying to think of a specific one. I mean, I get a lot of blowback on that Paul Giamatti from people online. That people are like, he doesn't sound like that at all.
No, it's perfect. They're wrong.
Well, thank you. That's what I tell them too.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay. I'm. There are plenty. Ray Romano was one. I threw it out there and was like, oh no. And I was like, I'm just doing a voice just to kind of throw it out there, and people are always like, nah, he's quite a bit different than that. It's not.
I know, Ma.
Yeah.
Frank, last thing. Does your son do a Frank Caliendo impression?
Yeah, he can. I mean, he can do some different impressions and stuff. Like, does he do one of me? Probably not that he shows me that, but I'm sure my kids mock my wife more to me, so I'm sure they're mocking me to her.
Go see Mr. Caliendo. You will not regret it. He's a brilliant stand-up comedian. Thanks for your time, Frank. Columbus, Ohio, June 20th. That's a Tuesday. And then Wednesday, June 21st, Hilarities in Cleveland. And you can find Frank's dates at frankonstage.com. Go back to sleep, Frank.
I'd love to. And don't forget watching Killer Bees from Outer Space tonight on our movie.
Thanks, Frank.
Have a great trip.
What a great guy. I love that guy. We're coming back with interesting things happening in the world, including pig's blood, pigeons, the dream, how do you wash your hands, and alpacas. All this is all coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of the Bob and Tom Show contest rules, go to bobandtom.com/contest-rules, or just scroll down to the bottom of the page and see contest rules. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Are your ulcerative colitis symptoms proving difficult to manage? Tremfya guselkumab can help you manage the cycle of UC symptoms. At 1 year, many patients taking Tremfya achieved clinical remission, and some patients also achieved endoscopic remission. Individual results may vary. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Ask your doctor if Tremfya can help you manage the cycle of UC symptoms. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit TremfyaRadio.com.
This episode is brought to you by Honda. Introducing the all-new, all-terrain Honda Passport Trail Sport, the most off-road capable Honda Passport Honda has ever dreamt up. The Passport features increased ground clearance, roof rails on all trims, and available specially developed all-terrain tires. And you'll stay comfortable with tri-zone climate control and available features like heated and ventilated front seats and a panoramic moonroof. Learn more at honda.com/passport.
Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Josh.
Jeff Oskay over there.
That's right.
Just growing a beard. Man, oh, man.
It hasn't grown. It just stays.
Now you're really growing that thing. Look at Ace Cosby. Hey. What's Willie Griswold doing over there?
It's kind of juts out his beard. It goes out several inches before it falls.
Because he has so much
Still
hair.
growing. Still growing. There's Josh Arnold. And Tom Griswold.
Does your girlfriend like that?
Yeah. Loves it.
Even when you're...
Hey.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she does not mind that at all.
Really?
No, she loves it.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Good.
I just spilled...
Your seed?
Uh-oh, watch out.
I mean, can you see this?
Yeah.
No? What'd you spill? Tea, coffee?
Hand sanitizer.
Oh. How
That's,
romantic.
that's borderline unspillable. How do you spill it?
I mean, it's right there on my pants. It looks like I just...
Yeah, it looks like you're enjoying the show. I knew you were a fan of Frank Caliendo. I didn't know you were a fan.
I loved when they had the sanitizer everywhere during COVID, and you would hit it, but it had like crusted over the end a little, so you would hit it, and it would like shoot sideways 9 feet or shoot you in the eye.
And it was that weird hand sanitizer that smelled like gasoline, vodka.
Yeah, it didn't evaporate for 9 minutes.
Yeah.
You're like, what is it?
And they were certain distilleries that were making vodka converted.
Yeah.
They stepped up, yeah.
Well, coming up, we actually have hand washing in the news.
Yeah, I can do it.
Oh, not yet. Sorry. Can you grab that, Josh?
Happy to. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie.
Hey, Donnie.
Man, my Uncle Sonny with the wives being a giant pain in the butt. And it's your fault, Tom.
What did I do?
Well, here's why it's come. He heard you bragging about your new power washer
I love my
and being
power
all jazzed up about
I
it.
love my power washer.
Well, I know. So you talking no, and then he went and bought one down at Dell's Pawn and Silver, and now he's power washing regular. Every last thing he can, just showing off.
Yeah.
Hell, he started by power washing his trash can.
Well, me too. That makes sense.
Yeah, but he was still in the store, dumbass.
Oops.
Oh, and then he power washed his house, garage, his roof, and then came over to our house. He started on the carport. Oh, and then spoiler alert. Last night, he power washed a giant hole in the side of my boat.
Oh, no.
Yeah, those are powerful.
Well, my boat's sitting, in the front yard, and I get more traffic there. Since I sold the trailer, it just banked, but now my boat's got factory air in it.
Oh.
But thanks to you, my Uncle Sonny seems to think he's some kind of power washing expert.
Really?
He's always like it when he gets a new toy. One time he bought a used laminate machine from a defunct porno store.
Laminating.
Well, he wouldn't stop laminating. He covered more things in plastic than you'd find in your grandma's living room. He actually said to me once, man, that looks important. You want me to laminate it? I'm like, no, it's a sleeve of Magnum rubber, for God's sake. Full metal jackets. It's already laminated. I better go. Now Whoopi's got the power washer, and he's running toward our little dog Peppy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
I gotta go. Out there.
Yeah, that stream could go right through his skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love my power washer. Oh, and my new cordless leaf blower.
Yeah, good,
It's
man.
my new
Good.
favorite thing. Oh, it's the best.
Changing the world.
I do have one.
You have a cordless leaf blower?
I do.
I had no idea.
Use it every day almost.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah.
I go to the far reaches of my yard and, oh, yeah, buddy.
Yes.
What are you blowing off your yard?
Well, recently it rained for 5 minutes.
Yeah?
And apparently every twig, leaf, and vital part of trees fell on all over my yard.
Oh.
So you got to blow them.
Okay.
Let's isolate that, right? We got to get that audio, right?
Damn, it's stuck to the tape. Yeah.
Usually it's just the deck. I don't usually just take care of the
I
yard.
was out there all day. It was the best. It was
You
fun.
usually only blow the deck?
Yeah, I usually just leave below the deck.
Behave yourself, Austin.
Okay, well,
naughty beard man.
Once again, Willie is our big NBA fan, and he may or may not be going to one of the games. We're not sure. We're working on something special. What else is happening in sports? Have we missed anything?
Yeah, you bet. Cincinnati Reds newcomer Eli De La Cruz hits his first major league homer, a 458-foot two-run drive off the L.A. Dodgers. Dude, you got to watch this.
Yeah, I will.
He's like 6'5". He just knocks it. He pauses for a second. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen. So
Always exciting.
It'd be really fun if on ESPN they editorialized like that. They just got stoked about stuff. But yeah, he got that, and he hit a 0-1 fastball that left the bat at 114.8 miles per hour. Landed in the last rows of right field stands at Great American Ballpark. De La Cruz tripled on a curveball in the third, a drive that went to the wall.
Wow.
And right center on 4 hops.
This is going to piss, well, it would piss Chick off. He's not here. Is there a record for the longest home run in a major league game? I mean,
There is. I don't know what it is.
Did it
But
go out
yes.
of the park or something?
As Ralph Harris, comedian, once said, he loved the steroid era, and he wanted to see a guy hit a ball over the fence to his house.
I don't know how they totally measure those, though.
Yeah.
In San Francisco, when they go in the water,
Right.
I don't know how they measure
I'm gonna look
exactly
that
how
up.
far. They must have ways.
Yeah, I went to a game in San Francisco, and I had no idea. There are people out there in kayaks just hanging out, waiting for balls to come over to try to get them from the water. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I found that more interesting than the game.
Well, and then you have to convert it from feet to nautical miles, so it gets really
they really
gets
do.
confusing.
Yeah.
Over 600 feet? Is that correct?
I mean, that
Wow.
seems insane to me. I don't know, but
Man.
I was going to guess like 5'10".
So what was the speed
Babe
of the
Ruth,
ball?
575.
You said?
114.8 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's standard.
If you're
I
pitching
mean, it's
and that's coming back at you low.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Okay, this is the longest home run verified in professional baseball, not Major League, because this happened to AAA Denver Zephyrs. It was 582 feet.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's longer than I can drive a golf ball.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, the altitude had something to do with that.
Well, yeah, the altitude, of course, but still.
That's
And-
amazing.
God.
All right. Well, now, did you have one more sports story?
Yeah, I can tease something. We got bad news for Colts fans. We got a little Rory McIlroy comment, and boy, do we have a stupid world record.
Oh, good. And then we do have apparently the historical origins of masturbation in the news.
Really?
Yeah, these scientists. How do you get that grant?
Boy,
you go to the office of the university professors. Listen, I'm going to need $300,000 for my team to study masturbation. Oh, really? Go over to the freshman dorm. We'll figure it out. We'll see what's going on there. In the meantime, I'll tell you this. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. The show is also out there for you on our YouTube channel. Watch and subscribe.
welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Josh.
Jeff Oskay in for Chick McGee this morning.
Hello, Josh.
Ace Cosby at the board.
Howdy.
Willie Griswold across the way.
Good morning, man.
I'm Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair, and there's Tommy.
Thank you very much. We've got a lot to get to here.
Let's get to it.
Well, all right.
Relax.
All right, fair enough.
We're also talking about Josh's future gig as a late-night TV horror movie host.
Mm-hmm.
And Josh did not like my suggestion of being Count Jacula.
Well, I'd like this to sort of be family-friendly.
How about Count Fapula? Is that better?
That's more family-friendly, I guess.
Thank you, Jeff Oskay. Count Fapula.
What would be the first movie you would air?
Oh, boy. Maybe House on Haunted Hill.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that
a
one.
William Castle classic with Vincent Price.
Did they make a remake of that when I was a
They
kid?
did. Yes. Not so much a classic, the remake, but
I got dragged to that in like a date in 7th grade, and I couldn't sleep for weeks.
A date in 7th grade?
Yeah,
Ooh, you started early.
You guys never did movie dates?
No.
Yeah.
Not in 7th grade.
Yeah, I think Arachnophobia was one of my first.
Get in there, get a kiss, touch some braces with your tongue.
She and I, we shared gum.
Oh.
We thought it was so hot.
Wait a second. How did that work exactly?
She chewed it for a while, and then I took it.
That was a
chewed it
thing.
myself.
that was a thing.
That was a thing.
Not with me. That's disgusting.
It was awful. But I was like, oh, man, we shared gum.
Why is it awful?
Because it was warm and juicy.
We're still talking about the gum. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember was it like a Hubba Bubba or
it was nearly flavorless when I got it.
Oh, that was Fruit Stripes.
ABC gum.
Yeah.
But the movie was Arachnophobia.
Yeah, it was awesome. She would get startled and
grab you.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, what was her name?
I don't know. What was her name?
I don't remember. I wonder what she's doing now.
She's going, what was his name?
Cut to her in a mansion with her doctor husband or whatever.
I'm just working on Wordle.
We were in theater camp
I
together.
wonder whatever happened to that guy.
Wait, you went to theater camp?
I would do summer stock, essentially, as a child. Yes, yeah.
When the camps next door come over and beat the crap out of you.
It wasn't camp per se. Our parents would drop us off at 9 a.m. and we'd be done around 2.
Oh, okay.
You had to bring a decoy lunch because lacrosse camp kept stealing your sandwiches.
I believe it was referred to as a summer workshop.
We don't build fires, we imagine them.
That's right.
So I went to Camp Hayawenta. You went to Camp Gayawenta.
I turned out not so gay.
Well, actually, both my little girls are at right now are at summer stock camp.
Oh, cool.
Summer stock
Are they going to
camp.
be in a performance?
Yeah.
Oh, you have to let us know.
They're going to be in Alice in Wonderland a week from Friday.
That's adorable.
No.
A week from Friday?
I figured it was at their fancy school. I figured summer stocks was them buying stocks and bonds.
Yeah.
Trying to get ahead of the market.
So this isn't sleepaway camp. This is drop-off day camp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and they've got their big dance gig tonight and tomorrow.
Oh, my gosh, how fun.
Yeah, so that's
Is that rehearsal? I mean,
No, the
recitals?
Yeah, they'll be if you
Have you sat through a recital yet?
Oh, sure. And there are 10,000 people there.
Right.
Yeah, the first one I went to was at a nearby high school that has a parking lot the size of the one at the airport, and it was full. Oh, a lot of people at those. They're great.
Yeah, never mind. I'm not going to.
It's great. Oh, it's so much fun.
I mean, I'd be recognized too often. It would take away from the girls.
Are they going to recognize you as Josh Arnold from the Bob and Tom Show? Where's Count Jacula?
Well, I guess you're stuck with that name, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I will fight it tooth and nail.
What about Irish, like Mort O'Wary or something? Does that make sense?
Yeah, Mort O'Wary.
R.E.P., like R.I.P., is that anything?
Josh Scarnold was a suggestion.
I love that, man.
What about the crypto keeper? Ooh, look at your crypto. Ooh,
No, don't.
scary.
It's
You
too
lost
scary.
all your money.
It's going down like Linda Lovelace.
Once again, not family friendly.
Oh, sorry.
Right. Yeah, I want this to be sort of an introduction.
But how about, like, instead of Transylvania, Peatsylvania?
No.
Sponsored by a pizza place.
Trying to stay away from that.
Certainly not doing it.
See if you can get that. What's that Stone Cold Pizza place? What's that called?
Tombstone?
Tombstone.
Yeah, Stone Cold. That's ice cream.
Yeah, that might be one of your gags, though. It's Stone Cold Pizza in 30 years or less.
You know what, Tom? You can just do it. You do it.
No, I think it would be interesting to have a late night guy. You've got a beard. You keep the beard. I mean, do any of those late night guys? They didn't have beards, did they?
I
don't think so.
No, I don't know.
Isn't Dracula always clean shaven?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Real handsome, like Frank Langella. Remember, a real handsome guy.
I do remember his Dracula. Yeah,
nice hair.
Barnabas Collins. He was my favorite vampire.
So you're sort of a more like Paul Giamatti like Dracula,
right?
Kind of an everyman Dracula.
How do you feel about a fang?
I'm fine with a fang. Should I have just the one, though? And just say that there was an accident with the other one?
What if it's gold?
Damn you, corn on the cob. That kind of thing.
Hey, how about, I got an idea. How about having a hip-hop sidekick?
Nope.
What offensive thing will this be?
No, he wouldn't be
What's
offensive.
his name, Tom?
Yeah,
have a genuine hip-hop artist. Is like, would come in occasionally and do stuff.
Such as?
He'd do rhyming things.
Oh, my God.
Like hip-hopish.
Do rhyming things, Josh.
Oh, okay.
Like the hip-hop.
Like, I'm not sure exactly what he would say. Baby's got blood.
Baby's got Drac.
There you go.
There you go. Oh,
nice try.
Yeah, here's a little. Oh.
You could have a recipe segment. You could have Jess Hooker come in as a Lady Dracula, and she could do cool recipes for you, like
no, that was already done.
Monster mashed potatoes. And they'd be like green and steamy.
They already did dinner in a movie, remember?
But this is a different kind of movie.
I would watch. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, all right.
I would watch too.
You got a viewer.
Josh, what's the scariest movie of all time in your estimation?
I'm going to say either maybe The Exorcist.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that one's real scary.
It is.
Ju-on is real scary. What else is real scary? Yeah, Insidious is real scary.
Is The Ring terrifying?
Yeah, The Ring is scary. Mm-hmm.
But wouldn't you be showing more like old campy?
Oh yeah, things like the giant leeches and
the attack of the 50-foot woman.
Yeah.
The original.
Right.
Okay, that sounds good. Right now, it's time to turn back to Willie G at the Bob and Tom Sports Desk. Have we missed anything?
Yeah, the Iron Sheik, a former pro wrestler who played a burly, bombastic villain in 1980s battles with some of the sport's biggest stars, has died at 81.
Man, love the
one
Iron
of my
Sheik.
favorites.
Yes, so funny.
The WWE posted an article confirming the death of the ex-wrestler and Twitter personality Wednesday. A statement was also posted on his Twitter page, but neither mentioned a cause of death or where he died.
And he became semi-Twitter famous, right? Because he was so funny on Twitter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The Iron Sheik grew up in Iran. In his pro career, he donned curled boots and used the camel clutch as his finishing move on matches.
Yes.
While playing the role of anti-American heel for the WWF, which later became the WWE.
Oh, yeah. He was like the first enemy. Like, he would come into the ring and the whole place would boo him because he was...
Yeah, and then Hogan would, I am a real American. And everybody, awesome. Lose our minds.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
The Iron Sheik.
Yeah.
Wow. Now maybe they could have a version of him in Live Golf. The 9 Iron Sheik. Look at him chip. Wait a minute. That's
still Dracula. Yeah,
that's the Dracula thing. I can't get that out of my head.
You're mixing our
Sorry.
thoughts.
You mean this show disorganized?
Yeah.
Speaking of Live Golf, Rory McIlroy says the PGA Tour's collaboration with Saudi America's Wealth Fund makes him feel like a sacrificial lamb. McIlroy has been the strongest anti-Saudi voice during the disruption brought on by Live Golf. He was among those left in the dark on the agreement that merges the business end of the PGA Tour, European Tour, and the Public Investment Fund.
He could have taken money. They would have loved to have had him.
McIlroy says Saudi Arabia was going to keep spending money in golf. He says the tour is better off having it as minority investor instead of trying to keep up and going to court over lawsuits.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll see what happens. We're going to talk with John Feinstein, the great sports writer, coming up, I think, early next week. And by the way, John has a great book, if you are a golfing fan or a golfer, about David Faraday that just came out. And I'm not much of a golf person, but I've been reading the book, and it's really good. Faraday's now he's an announcer, but he's had a very interesting life. Severe ADD, some drug addiction issues, and the guy does like a 2-hour stand-up act.
Really?
Yeah, the book's really interesting. David Faraday is one from John Feinstein, the guy that wrote A Good Walk Spoiled, and he wrote Season on the Brink. His books are all great. He can write books about stuff I have no interest in, and I find myself reading them and getting interested. We're going to talk with John. He will know a lot about this because he's really quite a fan of the world of golf. We'll see how his fandom has shifted these days. Christy Lee, coming up, you got what?
Oh, well, let's see. We have an Indiana Jones booby trap trial in Oregon. Did
you see this thing?
No.
It's scary.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, like legit booby traps that could kill you.
Right.
People can do it?
No.
Oh.
No. And we have monster cereal for you, Josh.
Okay.
Keeping with our monster theme today. Absolutely.
Like Boo Berry and Count Chocula?
Yep, exactly.
Love them.
We have a new
Love
one.
Those.
Yeah.
What's your favorite one?
Boo Berry.
Boo Berry?
That's right. He's a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Who likes berries.
And they have what? Franken-Dick? I mean, sorry.
They do not have Franken-Dick. That is a British dessert on Halloween. They have...
How did I get that?
Frankenberry.
Frankenberry.
Yes.
Sorry, I apologize.
You got D in the block.
Yeah, do not feed your kid that.
No.
Yeah, Franken-Dick's probably...
You're not going to school until that Franken-Dick is gone.
And a song from Mr. Godwin?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Right now, I want to talk about how everyone's a little crazy these days. I think everybody's got some kind of PTSD, whatever you want to call it.
Not me. I was unaffected.
Oh, yeah. I can tell. Post-COVID, whatever it is. I mean, I just find life right now overwhelming. Turn on the TV, there's 1,000 channels. I don't know what to do. Well, if life's getting you a little bit overwhelmed, perhaps therapy may be very, very helpful. And there's a new way to access a therapist. It's called BetterHelp. And I say it's new, but they've been helping thousands and thousands of people hook up with a therapist. And the way this is, what's so interesting about this is these are licensed therapists, and you actually will do the therapy itself online, which makes it extraordinarily convenient and flexible. So if you've been thinking about sorting yourself out a little bit, and you want to get into some therapy, this is a great way to do it. You fill out a brief questionnaire, and you'll get matched with a licensed therapist. And by the way, you can switch therapists at any time, and there's no additional fee. And so get some balance in your life. This may be for you. BetterHelp. And you find them, by the way, at BetterHelp.com/BT Show. Add the BT Show part to get 10% off your first month. And once again, it's BetterHelp, HELP.com/BT Show. And I wanted to mention this. With BetterHelp, you can be talking to the therapist essentially on a phone, or you can be doing it with a camera on, or you can just be texting back and forth. Whatever works for you, that's what BetterHelp is all about, convenience and something that suits your schedule and your life. Once again, BetterHelp.com/BT Show. Also, coming up, very rarely does one get to say this, pig's blood in the news. That's right. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Support comes from ServiceNow. We're for people doing the creative work they actually want to do. That's why this ad was written and read by a real person and not AI. You know what people don't want to do? Boring, busy work. Now with AI agents built into the ServiceNow platform, you can automate millions of repetitive tasks in every corner of your business, IT, HR, and more, so your people can focus on the work that they want to do. That's putting AI agents to work for people. It's your turn. Visit servicenow.com.
Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey.
Pat Godwin in the music room.
Hello.
Jeff Oskay at the Sparks desk in for Chick McGee today.
Yes, sir.
But honestly, Willie's been taking over sports for us this morning.
Guys, I missed the big party, I got to say.
Big party.
Big party will be back on Monday. Don't worry.
Ace Cosby giggling at me making mistakes or something.
No, Jeff's done a great job.
Why'd that feel like a lie?
And like an odd shot at you. I think Ace is just used to throwing animosity that way.
In this chair?
Yeah. And there's Tom.
Now we've had a great opportunity this morning. We talked with the fabulous, great comedian Frank Caliendo. The greatness continues. This guy looks just like Frank, only vastly different. He is
shout out Frank Caliendo.
The very handsome Al Jackson. And
well, thank you.
Al can be seen on the show The Daily Blast Live, DBL. You'll find it on your TV or at a computer near you. And Al always dresses up for the show. He always wears a nice coat and tie. Very handsome. A variety of glasses. You never know what he's going to be wearing.
He wears a tracksuit every week.
On this show.
He's talking on Daily Blast Live.
DBL, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I didn't know what level of sarcasm Tom was going for.
Yeah, right.
I do. I kind of. First of all, I just want to say, Jeff, I agree with you. It did sound like an insult.
Thank you.
Okay, it needed to be said that you were not being hyperbolic there. When he just goes, "You're doing. It's like when your parent takes you to work and lets you sit in their chair, like you're the president today." It just seems like it was a little shade there.
Now, Al, where's your Nuggets gear?
Oh, brother, look, man. I am a diehard Cavaliers fan. Guardians, Browns, Cavs. So I'm going down with the ship with the Browns, and I can watch the Nuggets like a step parent. You know?
Yes.
Like, hey, that's a perfect analogy. I never thought. It's just like I am proud of them, and I know that people that I love them. And that's how I am with the Nuggets. But I've been going to the games for about 6 years now. The games have been fun, and kind of to watch this team go from this fun, weird mountain team to now everybody kind of knows who Joker is. It's really interesting. So, hey, shout out Nuggets. But I lived in Miami almost 10 years. So I'm like, why are mommy and daddy fighting?
That is the perfect analogy, though. That you grew up in Cleveland and remained a Cavs fan. By the way, speaking of Cleveland, we were talking about Josh's desire to be a late night television host featuring scary movies. And when you were a kid, Goulardi was probably already gone, the famous Cleveland late night host. Did you watch the other, what was it, like Big Chuck and Houlihan or something? Who was it when you were?
Big Chuck and Little John.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Okay.
It was just this period of time, and everybody, there was VHF and UHF.
Right.
And Big Chuck and Little John were like this local show where there was a period when you're like, between 9 and 10 or maybe even 11 where you don't get adult humor, but like something kind of sexual happened, but you didn't have maturity or something, but they kind of just made the kind of off-color jokes and it came on late night. And it's good to see that Josh is shooting for that coveted 2 a.m. local TV slot.
Oh, dude, I'd love it so much.
Maybe
it would be so freeing.
Yeah.
You could have
awesome.
Al could be your sidekick.
Well,
a little bit of diversity in late night television.
No, see, I think the problem with television these days is that it's gotten too diverse, and I'll tell you why. I'll save this for some other time.
Normally, this is coming out in all caps on your desk, but today I'm going to verbalize it.
Yeah.
Al, have you ever thought about becoming something in that sort of sphere of Dracula and Frankenstein? Who would you be?
And here's there's this thing and there's this term we're not going to talk about it today, but it's cultural appropriation, where everybody's worried about people absorbing other cultures and taking it in. And I feel like people never apply that to nerds. Everybody has taken nerd culture, everything that people like. I am so into Star Wars. There are people that got like their brains beat in 1982.
Right.
E.T. And now it's a smoking hot 9.5 model with thick black glasses. Like, I'm such a nerd. I'm really it's just like nerds paved the way. All the people that beat up nerds now have podcasts about Game of Thrones. That is Dungeons and Dragons. All these things that are there was just a Dungeons and Dragons movie. So I really do. I wasn't into the monster nerd thing, but I want to leave that for a guy that is 37. He has just 10 years of therapy has made him forget junior year, and he can move on with his life. And he can be proud to say, hey, I saw every Dracula movie. I can tell you the difference between the American ones and the Japanese ones. I want nerds to reclaim their territory, because I'm tired of us imposters walking around talking about like, oh, I'm into this nerd stuff. No, you weren't. Let me see your battles. Let me see your backpack. Is it torn? Okay, I believe you.
Everybody's kind of a nerd about something, and it's always fun when you meet someone who's nerdier than you in that topic.
Yes.
Like if I go to these horror conventions, I'll start talking to people, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of know what I'm talking. And then I hear some other, I'm like, you are a nerd. I have no idea who played Godzilla in the fourth one.
Yeah. If you ever read the notes to the New York Times crossword puzzles, the people who write in, yikes!
Wait a minute,
Scary nerds. But what I was thinking, back to Josh's show, I had some suggestions that Josh has rejected. I want him to be Count Jacula from Pennsylvania.
I like both of those. I mean, Count Jacula would have to be on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I would.
How about this, Al? Here's my idea for Al.
We're in there.
Al he'd come in at like once a month.
Yeah.
This would involve either growing some hair or whatever. He could be Frankenfro.
Frankenfro.
Man.
I kind of like that.
Or Frankenbro.
Al?
Don't say you kind of like any of this.
Are you still there, Al?
Frankenfro, it would have to be a name that's grandfathered in, because now it would just meet with too much. There would be some opposition. You can't. There's got to be certain things where you're like, the only way that you're able to get away with it is like it was established in '92. So we'd have to get like a little bit progressive with that. But I like where you're going.
Al, have you seen Blackula?
No, there's a new all black comedy horror film out now, I think.
Yes, it's called The Blackening. Yes, yeah.
Yes.
And the tagline is, we can't all die first.
That's awesome.
It is.
That's a great tagline.
Yeah. It should be good.
And also, like, I really thought that was a website, and I'm pretty sure it still is. I didn't know. I thought there might be some copyright infringements, but maybe my cookies are wrong.
No, Al Jackson is our guest. Al's a distinguished stand-up comedian and one of the hosts of the Daily Blast Live, where you can see him on the TV Monday through Friday.
I like that you call it the Daily, like it's Ohio State. It makes it regal.
Yeah,
the Daily Blast Live. I like it.
I'm trying to make it.
It's what you would yell in an argument when your girl's like, I don't care about you or your stupid Daily Blast Live, and she's like, it's the Daily Blast Live to you.
Now, did you have a nickname when you were a kid?
Well, a lot. I think we all have names that, like Willie G is on the show, but I assume that, family members that knew Willie G when he was 6 months old call him something different. And my family, if you grew up with me in Ohio from like 0 to 8, you either my mama calls me Albert, or some of my old school Southern family members call me Benji, because my middle name is Benjamin. So some people still call me Benji. Like when I say, "Hey, Benji," I'm like, "Oh yeah, what's up, Aunt Phyllis?"
Now, what does your lady friend call you?
My lady friend, she should be coming down a mahogany staircase with a bubble around her neck, calling me my lady friend. I love it. She just calls me Al, I think. Her name is Sarah, and I just call her Sar. Which I don't know if you can you shorten a 4-letter name?
You could go to a letter, call her S.
Yeah, but that sounds like you're asking for drugs in 2006. Like, you got any S on you? What is that?
Look at the S on that S.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Hey,
Al Jackson is also very familiar with the street lingo, and he is helping me develop my street smarts. And that's what we do this segment every week. He gives me a word or a phrase, and I try to interpret it and guess what it actually means. What have you got today, Al?
Tom, usually when we use this word, it's in the world of automotive, but not today. So, Tom, what do you think how would you use the word lemon?
Lemon. Okay.
Lemon.
Obviously, a lemon is a bad automobile or truck. I got a lemon.
Great in hot water in the morning, I'll tell you that.
Is it something about sour? Is it about sourness?
Yeah, I would go down that road.
Yeah, she was a hot-looking babe, but boy, what a lemon!
That's perfect. That's it. It's just a bad person. It's just like where you're just like, oh, what's wrong? You ever meet people and you're just like, It's like we'll get emails sometimes, and it'll be over like a really we try to do like really like, hey, these kids are going out and they're repainting graffiti, and just somebody be like, well, if they didn't, you're like, sir, we have to spread a little joy here. We don't need to attack 4 11-year-olds that are trying to help their community. That would be you're like, there's a lot of stuff you cannot be mad at that, but I really would. That's a segment that we could never do. Is just emails where I would call the segment "Sir," and where you just want to be like, look, man. I get that you're frustrated about some things, but dude, we only got so many summers in front of us, man. Let's just go ahead and enjoy this one. But lemon. Tom, use it correctly in a sentence, please. But again,
when I got it
again, Tom, hold on. I feel like you need to talk to the group about why they don't give you more props. You just let off the inning with a liner to the
you want to know why, Al?
You held up for a double.
We're on this show for about 15 minutes a week, and we sit here
day in,
for 20
day
hours
out.
a week and put up with all of him calling me Count Chocula from Pennsylvania. So when he stumbles into a correct thing, we're not going to give him the accolades you think he deserves.
Well, I'm going to prove to Al this wasn't a home run. It was a grand slam, as I use the phrase properly. When life gives you lemons, dumper.
There you I love that. I love that. That should be on a bumper sticker on a Toyota Celica. Honestly, the outburst that Josh just had, it's like the outburst that would happen at a mandatory Bob and Tom work therapy session where like, you had to go. And no one said anything, and the therapist is like, look, we have to check this box off for HR, so somebody needs to say something before. And then Josh just like, well, you don't have to be in here for that's. I could just see that happening in a closed room.
I was
with a
also
fake
sort
plant
of
in it.
channeling Chick since he's not here to.
We have time for one more, Al. What have you got?
Okay, Tom. This one, I think that you're going to get this. This is a newer age term. It's more for the kiddos. But, Tom, tell me what copium is. I know Willie G knows what that is.
Copium?
Copium. Opium with a C.
Huh.
Copium.
Copium.
Interesting.
Is it something you have to take to deal with a situation so you can cope with it?
Kind of, and it's not literal like I think you're meaning it, but you're almost exactly right.
I think I got it.
Just don't take it. Don't look at it literally. Okay, Tom, if you get this as a grand slam.
Okay, you're on a date for the first time,
mm-hmm.
and after about 20 minutes, you go, "I'm going to need some copium. Could I have 6 more drinks over here, please?" Something you need to do to semi-anesthetize yourself to get through the conversation with the lemon that you're stuck with.
Wow.
That's Tom. It's not correct, but it's so close to being correct. It's like it's like when the batter hits the ball and it almost hits his knuckles, so it only goes like 4 inches, and the catcher is so off guard at how terrible of a hit it was, he like legs it out to first. That's kind of what you did, because copium is like what people that have just lost an internet argument. It's the way that you make it right. When, you know, for example, like Josh was talking about monsters, and Josh was like, I'll tell you the best Godzilla was the one where he went to Japan, and there would be somebody that would attack Josh's argument. They would be right, and Josh would have to figure out something about that person to his copium to make it so it's okay he lost that Twitter fight. So it's the way that you're like, yeah, well, you know, I don't have to I don't know all the monster movies because I've been out on dates, okay, bro?
Yeah.
It's just a way to kind of like cope with your loss by just like, yeah, okay, yeah, you got that one, but it's because I don't suck like you do, so you have time to know that kind of stuff. But yeah, go ahead. It's like a way to cope with taking an L on the internet.
So you could say with one of the live golf guys that took all the money, they could say, well, I'll tell you what, I took all the money, but my copium is my getting on my private jet and flying away, and deal with it, buddy. We're okay. Does it work?
I mean, honestly, no, Ace is right. It was a little bit clumsy, but it worked because that's all. Look, the Wu-Tang Clan said it in 1992. Cash rules everything around me. Great. And long after everybody forgot all about this story in 6 months when 480 other things, do you want that check or not? And I said it one time. I was bombing at a college years ago, and I hated the kids. And I was up there just like in my head, like, yeah, I got like 2 more minutes. And I was like, I know you. Did you guys enjoy the show? And they're no. And I was like, I was just like, guess what, guys? 2 words that are going to be important in your adulthood. Check cleared. I put the mic back in the stand and walked off. That is a true story. That was fun. Al, I was still drinking.
Thanks, Al Jackson. Watch him on the Daily Blast Live. Thanks, Al. It's always a great pleasure.
All right.
See you, Al.
Oh, he's the best. Right now, speaking of families and dads, I think we need to cover this. The best gift for dads. Father's Day just around the corner. There's only one way to go. That, of course, is the steak way with Omaha Steaks.
That's exactly right. The perfectly aged, always tender, guaranteed, delicious Omaha Steaks. My gosh. The Father's Day experts at Omaha Steaks, well, they've made it easy to put a smile on the big guy's face this summer with hand-selected packages. Jeff, you're a dad.
That's right.
Your kids come to you with a necktie or a new paperweight.
Boo!
They come to you with a cooler full of Omaha Steaks.
Let's fire up the grill, baby.
Yes! Head on over to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code BTS at checkout. Get $30 off your qualifying order. Packages may include fork tender, bacon-wrapped filet mignon, air-chilled boneless chicken breasts, juicy burgers, jumbo franks, all the favorites. Whether he's your father, father-in-law, or father figure, he's the guy who was always ready to step up when you needed him most. My mouth is watering. I had to swallow just now talking about this food. I've got to control myself. This Father's Day, show him the love with the only gift that's as unforgettable as he, the mouth-watering perfection of Omaha Steaks. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com, use code BTS at checkout, and get $30 off an unforgettable gift guaranteed to make Dad's day. Because if there's one thing we know, it's that dads want steak. That's omahasteaks.com, code BTS at checkout.
Oh, thank you very much, Omaha Steaks. Coming up, we have Christy Lee at the news desk.
Yes, sir.
With some great news in the world of cereal. Oh, tasty.
Love it.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Every cup of Nespresso coffee is an invitation to transform your morning routine into a ritual you can treasure each and every day. Using the Virtuo Pop, a simple touch of the button freshly brews bold aromas and a rich, velvety crema layer for delicious cafe-quality coffee at home. Whether you enjoy your coffee hot or over ice, every sip, every morning is unforgettable. Nothing tastes like Nespresso coffee. Visit Nespresso.com or our app to explore our full range of easy-to-use machines and coffees not found anywhere else.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
Pat Godwin in the Music Performance Room Hall Auditorium.
What was that again?
The Music Performance Room Hall Auditorium.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
Haven't you read the sign over the door?
No.
Well,
We just changed.
Jeff Oskay over there.
That's right.
Chick McGee on vacay. There's Ace Cosby.
Good job.
Thank you, sir. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, buddy.
I'm Josh Arnold, and there's Tom.
Once again, I'm trying to get a good name for Josh Arnold's late-night movie host. He has rejected Count Jacula.
Yeah, I want this to be more family-friendly.
Yeah.
Well, then you could have your cat on Gravy, and she could be Gravy Digger.
Yes.
Oh, that's very
I should
good.
have gravy every now and again on.
So you're thinking like of a whole food theme?
Maybe.
Oh, I'm not. We actually got a good sarcophagus.
Oh, I like that.
That's good. Matthew was written in with that. I like sarcophagus.
I do too.
What about, and none of these are mean, what about Bob a Duke? What about Eddie Kruger?
Yes.
The Fredditor. I like that one.
The Fredditor.
Or Tom Stone. Ooh.
I get it. Uh-huh.
Bob a Duke is very clever.
Thank you. I guess I should have closed with that one.
You don't want to mess around with the Babadook, that's for sure.
Well, we'll find out more. But right now,
We have a monster cereal in the news.
Oh, go for it. What do you got?
General Mills introducing a new scary cereal. According to BakingBusiness.com, the company is debuting Carmella Creeper.
Really?
A caramel apple cereal with orange and yellow marshmallow pieces.
Okay.
General Mills said Carmella Creeper is a zombie DJ who is a cousin of Frankenberry.
I love zombie DJs.
Doesn't Carmella Creeper sound like a strain of pot?
Yeah.
I would try it.
Hey, man, have you tried the Carmella Creeper?
Yeah, it sounds like Carmelo Anthony, the former NBA player, got into pot, much like several others. Matt Barnes is now in the weed industry, and that's his strain.
Yeah. So, but it's a cereal.
Yep. She joins other monster cereal mascots. I'm not familiar with this one. Fruit Brute.
Yeah, he's a werewolf.
Count Chocula.
That's the famous one.
Yeah. Boo Berry. I'm familiar with that one. Frankenberry, familiar. And Yummy Mummy.
Yeah.
The cereal will be available this summer if you're
all right
sitting on the edge of your seat waiting for Carmella Creeper.
Remember last year they did something I never got to try. They did a monster mashup.
Yes.
Where it was all the flavors in one box.
I do remember that.
Boy, I wanted to try that.
You can
make it
do
yourself.
that today.
Yeah.
It costs 3 times as much, Jeff.
Use some of that crypto money. You can afford $5 as a cereal.
I'm still in the black with my crypto, I'll have you know.
You're the one.
I was
I was wondering the Frankenberry.
Yeah.
Obviously based on the Frankenstein thing. Have they someone has to have done this, so I'm just going to. Have they done a Frankenstein movie in which some of the bodies are men and some are women?
I don't know. Like the pieces that they put together?
Oh, they put them together?
Because the Frankenstein thing, the whole thing is that it's
like a Franken-they?
Yeah. That's exactly it. I'm not trying to be mean here.
It's not what you're shooting for, but in Young Frankenstein, they use the brain of Abby Normal.
Right.
And that's a lady, right? Presumably Abby's a lady.
Yeah. Oh, I've never thought of that.
But that's not actually, they just misread abnormal.
Yeah, it's abnormal, the brain.
Yeah.
So it could be a guy or a girl brain.
Did I just get that joke?
You did, yeah. I'm still trying to figure it out, Willie. So
Abby Normal.
Abby someone.
Yeah, that would be Frank and they. I mean, again, no disrespect. It would be.
No, it would be. It would work.
Be kind of contemporary and funny.
Yeah.
Although these days, trying to make fun out of almost anything is impossible. But the cereals. Which one of these do you actually eat, Josh? Do you eat the Frankenberry or the
Blueberry? I get every year. Yeah,
I like the Count Chocula. That was always my favorite.
It is very good.
You said you get it every year. Is there a seasonality to this?
Absolutely. October.
Halloween.
Yeah, because in St. Louis, when I was growing up, Blueberry was not available year round. The other two were Frankenberry and Count Chocula, but you had to wait.
I have a dumb question. Is there a General Mills, like a character that's a general?
Not that I'm aware of, but maybe.
Okay, I'm nothing funny there. Just asking.
There's Cap'n Crunch. He has a military background, obviously.
Yeah. Right.
The Navy.
And do you remember the whole argument a few years ago that Cap'n Crunch wasn't really a captain because whatever the stripes he had were not those of a captain.
They weren't consistent with a...
And someone said, no, whoever is on board the ship is the captain.
That bastard is stealing valor this whole time.
Oh, no, he's definitely, he's not. He may have been an admiral or something.
I gotcha.
I think that was the lower brand. Like the people who couldn't afford Captain Crunch got Admiral Crunch.
Crisp?
Yeah, it was something like that. Like a cheap knockoff.
Black and white box.
Yeah. On the lowest shelf.
In
Not
a
even
bag.
a box, just a bag. Did they ever do how they'll do oops, we messed up at the factory. Oops,
Right.
all booze or all berries. Do they ever do that?
Didn't they do...
They did Oops All Berries.
Didn't they do all marshmallows once?
Yes.
Yes, they have.
For what was
Lucky Charms.
Which I'm a weirdo. I prefer the grain pieces to the marshmallows.
I do too.
What?
I do.
And Lucky Charms?
No, yeah, the grain pieces are the foil.
No.
To the delicious marshmallow pieces.
Not necessarily Lucky Charms. You have to have both, but in a Boo-Berry situation, if they got rid of the marshmallows, I'd be okay. I know.
What's the Captain Crunch with...
Crunch Berries?
Crunch Berries. They did all Crunch Berries.
Yeah.
For sure.
And they acted like it was a mistake in the factory.
Oops. Jen forgot to cover her shift today. She didn't hit the right button, so we got all berries.
Crunch
Has anyone ever done X-rated cereals like Boob Berry or
Well, who would that be for?
Frank and Dick? I eat cereal every morning.
And you would eat Frank and Dick.
Hey.
Honey,
It'll
have
fill
your
you up.
Cheerios, okay?
He never has a second Frank and Dick at home.
Cheerios.
Nut and honey.
Remember we had...
Grape nuts.
We had nut and honey.
I do eat grape nuts every morning. What was the one that we had? Oh, it was a pasta. Remember
Yeah,
this?
the pastas.
There were phallus-like pasta.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of a penne for your thoughts.
A penile penne.
Okay.
Angelween.
We got to get some music out of Mr. Godwin.
I know. He's not earned his keep today.
Sure he has.
I'm kidding,
We've
Pat.
been on the
you
horror
know.
movies and stuff and things.
Do you have a horror movie song?
I do not.
You could write Josh's theme song.
Oh, I've written a bunch of things for Josh.
Thank you.
Have you written anything?
I'm happy
for,
to be your muse.
Count Jacula?
Love letters?
No.
I was whacking in the lab.
When I unfortunately turned on a black light. I was looking at the ceiling.
I did the monster whack.
See?
He did the whack. Coming up, we have...
We do have whacking in the news coming up.
We do have the scientific... whatever you want to call it, origins of masturbation.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That sounds like a band, doesn't it?
The origins of masturbation.
We'll find out the origins of
count the beat
masturbation. There you guys, Captain Beat Off. Okay, good. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
Pat Godwin over there in the performance room.
Hey, Josh.
Jeff Oskay, how the heck are you?
I'm great, Josh.
Chick McGee on a little vacay. He'll be back Monday. There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
Willie Griswold across the way.
Hey there, man.
I'm Josh Arnold, and there's Tom, a little out of breath, but doing just fine.
I got sidetracked.
It happens, man.
I'm back. I had time to wash my hands.
Okay, good.
We'll get to that in just a second.
Okay.
You did have time or you did not?
I did.
Okay.
Did you pee on them?
You pee on your hand, do you?
Every time. No one taught me how to pee.
It's good to feel something, right?
Now, this is just me, and I talked to someone else about this the other day, but everyone washes their hands after they pee.
Right.
I wash before.
That's...
Oh, you and Don... the Mike Tyson guy.
Don King?
Yeah, Don King said he would do that.
Yeah.
Are
like,
you
why
always-
are you washing after? Your hands are dirty, and then you're touching your stuff.
Right.
You've just touched the handle on a toilet seat that has
you
can tertiary syphilis
I
all over
understand that. Why aren't you washing before and after? That's my thing.
Are we going to go there now, or you got something to say before we do this?
Are you afraid that you're going to get
No, but you have
peanut
like
butter
dirty
on your
hands,
Johnson
and then you're
and-
touching your clean ween.
No, I get where you're coming from.
I get where you're coming from.
As-
45%.
even as paranoid as I am, I don't think that's necessary.
All right.
45% of adults,
You
though,
want to have a
skip
dirty... Oh.
soap when washing their hands.
I bet they do, the animals.
According to the Healthy Hand Washing Survey from Bradley Corporation, over 90% of adults believed hand washing is essential to maintaining their overall health. But
The other 10%, they're handling your food right now. Now, before we get to this, I wanted to do a couple of real quick things in here. We talked with Frank Caliendo earlier today, which was just great. Frank is so funny. You can watch that on YouTube, right, Ace? Frank's going to be at the Funny Bone in Columbus, Ohio, Tuesday, June 20th, and Hilarities in Cleveland, Wednesday, June 21st. While I'm at it, Reno Collier is going to be at the Somerset, Kentucky. It's called the Virginia Theater with Mr. Oskay, June
right.
17th. That's a Saturday. And then Willie G., June 15th through the 17th at the Caravan in Louisville with Greg Hahn. And then you guys are recording an album, Go Bananas in Cincy, Thursday, June 29th through July 2nd. Greg Hahn and Willie G. So that'll be a great show. And then while I'm at it, Pat Godwin is doing his annual stint. That one? Yeah. At McCurdy's in Sarasota, Florida, July 12th through the 16th. You will be recording for the second time your special.
Yep, there's a
The
glitch.
first one was great, except the sound was off. Only have a couple mime bits really that work without actual sound. Now,
You're not going to do Oskay's.
No, he just did.
Oh, okay.
He did.
We're good. Don't worry, I'm not going to snap.
Okay. I'm a little defensive.
that was the first one I did.
Okay, good.
It's Reno Collier and Oskay, June 17th at the Virginia.
That's right. Yeah, thank you.
Virginia Theater.
They're in Kentucky, but they're at the Virginia.
Yes.
That's confusing.
That's confusing.
Very, very confusing.
They'll be playing in Virginia at the Kentucky Theater the following week. What is this? Okay. Now, where were we? Oh, so you're talking
Hand
about
washing.
90% of people wash their hands, 10% don't. That's the scary part.
yeah, and 45% of those who did get polled admitted to skipping soap when they washed their hands. Well, then you're not washing
Then,
your
yeah,
hands.
you're just running water on
Simply
Yeah.
not washing.
Watering
50
down the tertiary syphilis.
Willie, you're looking like you don't use soap. That you think it's fine just to use the water.
Oh, no, I do use soap, but sometimes if I'm at a Colts game, whatever, yeah, little water on there, splash, get out of there, back to my seat.
Oh,
No,
where you
especially
need the soap
there.
the
Oh,
most.
now you're touching
Not that big. I'm just
rails
sharing
and
cotton
handles.
candy with my buddies. What's the big issue?
51% of those surveyed claim they are rule followers, meaning they lather with soap, scrub completely, rinse, and dry, singing the happy birthday song, right? 35% said they lather and linger. Aside from bathroom trips, other activities that call for hand washing include...
See, I lather and sing the song Linger by the Cranberries.
Oh, that's
Do you have to? Do you have to?
Do you have to let it linger? You should wash your hands, of course, after sneezing or coughing, after using a shopping cart.
Now, when you go in the grocery store, do you take the
Yes, I wipe it down.
wipes there and wipe down?
I do.
I'm afraid to. I have to confess. I have left a grocery store because they were out of those.
I just lick it clean.
My OCD got the best of me for like a few months, and I was in the habit of if they didn't have them, I didn't go.
Oh, in the early COVID period, I had those big yellow rubber gloves I wore all the time.
God.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I had like at least a dozen of those still.
To the grocery?
Yeah.
Well, back then they thought gloves would help.
Remember the first couple months of
Yeah,
COVID,
I remember.
and you were supposed to wash your groceries.
Yes.
And it was then someone finally said, "Wait a minute, this is airborne, you idiots."
Yeah, I shouldn't be Lysoling my steaks
Right.
before I
Yeah.
cook them.
And then they went, yeah, it's airborne, you should wear masks. And then when it comes out, those didn't do anything. And then they were like, let's all get vaccinated, and that didn't do S. And so, yeah, how about that? It was all a joke.
Thanks for the bad medical advice.
Josh, I found that the people that survived it do think that it was a joke. I have found that.
You know, this is when you're supposed to wash your hands after using a shopping cart. I keep sanitizer in my door at my car.
Oh, okay.
You should also
Yeah.
wash your hands after you touch money, after
Oh, yeah.
shaking someone's hand, and this is a no-brainer visiting the doctor's office.
What about after picking your butt?
Yeah, that'd be a good time, too.
How deep are you going there, Chief?
No, rub your eyes.
Some of the actions that folks use to avoid touching germy bathroom surfaces, I do this. I use a paper towel with the door when I'm done.
That's what I do.
Absolutely.
I also use a paper towel on the sink, the faucets.
Yeah, that's what it
Just think
says
about
here.
it. You use the bathroom, you touch the flusher, you go over and you touch the sink handle.
Yeah.
You got to live, man.
I am living my best life.
I do this. Operate flushers with their foot.
Oh,
I do
yeah.
that.
They're going to find me dead in a
Always,
bathroom because
'cause
I
you
will have
kicked
fallen
the-
and hit my head while trying to do the flush thing with the.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of you're not very limber with your legs right now.
My Pilates, I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you're doing well.
But I often do the flush with the foot.
Yeah, I do too.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
I use the sink with my foot. People get furious.
I just pissed in the sink. So, yeah.
Hover over the toilet seat. Most women do that. I don't know about you guys.
You hover?
Yeah. For number one.
Does that increase splashback?
No.
Because the higher up you are, you're going to get some.
No, I never noticed that.
Urine bidet.
No,
It's great for your quads.
Do you have to aim?
No.
So you hover for one?
I mean, you're hovering above it. I mean, there's only so much.
What do you think? I'm standing straight up when you hover?
Do you straddle it? How do you do that? Oh, you
just sit
you kind
like
of
this.
put your hips back. Okay. Does it shoot forward?
How exactly do you? Here, use my lap as the toilet.
I actually, a lot of people sit with like their knees facing the stall, but I face the toilet. I
Yeah.
face the wall. It makes it much easier to have a snack just on the back.
Your
toilet nachos.
Do a crossword puzzle, whatever you got to do.
Do you open and close your door with your butt? Do that thing?
What do you?
Sometimes.
So you don't have to touch the handle of the doors?
No, my anus can't grip like that.
Well, it used to be able to. Then
All right, yeah.
After the fisting.
And the fist.
Hey, I wanted this job.
And then some people use their elbows to operate the paper towel dispensers.
Oh,
I
okay.
do that.
Now, is it true that the air blowers are actually less sanitary because they're blowing urine on your
Yeah.
head?
And they're just fecal wind machines.
Blow it everywhere.
When I learned the word
You gotta have some
particular,
germs in your life, people.
Oh, particulates?
that can sometimes mean that it's little particles going,
Right.
and there's just poop just floating in there, and then it's
Yeah.
blowing it right. It's
I know, it's a bummer, isn't it?
Yeah.
But like you said, man, you got to live.
And you got to have bacteria in your body.
You do to a
Yes.
certain
That's
extent.
why Oskay licks the toilets.
No,
Look
but
how
I
healthy he
do
is.
make the fake toilet seat cover.
Oh, yeah, with
like
the
from
toilet
the
paper?
toilet paper,
Mhm.
like kind of line the bowl sometimes.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
kind of nasty looking. I'll
You
make
do
my
that?
own cover.
But then you get the toilet paper sticks to your backside. Ugh, I don't want to do any of that.
You don't use the little
Don't they make
covers?
don't they make like condoms, if you will, for toilet seats
Yes.
that you can, if you're really.
Well, they make the cover that
Right.
you pull down
Those,
and
I
put
haven't
on.
seen as many of those as I used to, the covers.
Can't you buy a box of them to carry with you if you're traveling?
If you're an insane person, but yes, yeah.
I'm surprised Tom doesn't carry them.
Well, some
I will
airports.
do Ace. I will do anything to not use a public toilet.
Yeah, he's a home base.
I like home field advantage. In fact, I was working on I talked to one of the guys over at Apple. I've got this idea for that video thing you stick on your glasses. Mm-hmm. You know what's that called?
AR, augmented reality,
VR,
Virtual reality.
Virtual reality. This is my idea, and I think this is genius. You'd put this thing on, and you could walk into the filthiest bathroom, and you'd see your bathroom at home.
Yeah, but the problem is you're going to end up sitting on a turd left on a toilet seat because you're seeing a clean toilet seat.
We haven't gotten to my idea 2.0 yet. This is what do they call phase 1 of it in the computer world?
Do you remember when they used to have you were talking about condom on the toilet seat? You'd push a button and it'd go, and it would move around.
Yes, those did not. Where are they?
Well, how many times? Don't you think they just kind of kept moving around?
So wait a minute. So it was like a stage where they have two bands, and after the one band is done, it turns around, and they're the Doobie Brothers.
Yes, it would be.
This was the Doobie Brothers.
The Doobie Brothers.
Yeah.
I never saw one.
You never saw that before? They were big in airports. Yeah.
Oh,
disgusting.
Yeah, they must have learned they did nothing. They made it worse.
Smeared it around.
So it's just like those hand towels that
remember that?
Loop.
Yeah,
I loved those.
Oh yeah,
but the problem was after they'd go through the first round, and then it's coming back around, and it's disgusting,
pre-stained.
Yeah, okay. Well.
Somebody blew their nose in it. Why is it red?
Okay,
God.
Well,
okay, well that was fun.
So the answer is please wash your hands and please
use soap.
Please use some soap. So 10% of the people go to the toilet don't use soap and water.
Right, they don't wash at all.
And they go back to cutting the strawberries and hey, these are organic.
Do you say something? I mumble things. If somebody next to me is, let's say, using a urinal and I'm at the sink washing my hands and they just leave. Is that what we're doing? I say things like that.
It comes back and beats the crap out of it.
I know. I am trying.
That's what we're doing. Yeah,
I shouldn't say that when I'm in like a pilot. I'm gonna get some trucker going to hit me over the head with a tire thumper.
I guess next time you want to hold it for me, boy. Well, right now we have some cool stuff coming up, including the scientific origins of masturbation. Has been explored, and we have a conclusive study that we're going to talk about. But first, we're going to talk about dads and the importance of Father's Day. Don't just get him a card. For God's sake, don't get him a tie.
No.
Get him steaks. Tell me more.
That's what Dad really wants. Omaha steaks. They're perfectly aged, always tender, guaranteed delicious. And listen to this. The experts at Omaha Steaks aren't just experts about steak. They're Father's Day experts. They know, and they've made it easy to put a smile on the big guy's face with hand-selected packages. Head over to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code BTS at checkout. You're going to get $30 off your qualifying order. Packages may include fork tender, bacon-wrapped filet mignon, air-chilled boneless chicken breasts, ultra-juicy burgers, jumbo franks that plump up so perfectly on the grill, and many more favorites. Whether he's your dad, a dad-in-law, or a dad figure, he's the guy who was always ready to step up when you needed him the most. So now it's your turn. Show him the love this Father's Day with the only gift that's as unforgettable as he, the mouth-watering perfection of Omaha Steaks. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use code BTS at checkout. Get $30 off an unforgettable gift guaranteed to make Dad's day. Because, look, we don't know a lot. We'll be honest. But there's one thing we do know. It's that dads want steak. That's omahasteaks.com. Code BTS at checkout.
All right. Dads everywhere want steaks. Thank you very much, Omaha Steaks. Coming up, Omaha Steaks is proud to present the Ace Cosby joke of the day. That's right. It's just around the corner.
I believe we're enjoying some tomorrow. Is that
That's
right?
correct. We're doing a cookout.
Yes.
I'm very excited about that. When we come back, interesting scientific story about the origins of masturbation.
I've always wondered.
You did
because you thought you invented it, didn't you?
I was just going to say, but you thought you invented it, didn't you? Okay, all right. But I knew you did perfect it. I understand that. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is a message from sponsor Intuit TurboTax. Taxes was getting frustrated by your forms. Now, Taxes is uploading your forms with a snap, and a TurboTax expert will do your taxes for you. One who's backed by the latest tech, which cross-checks millions of data points for absolute accuracy, all of which makes it easy for you to get the most money back, guaranteed. Get an expert now at TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax Live Full Service. See guaranteed details at TurboTax.com/guarantees.
Take your plans out of the group chat and get long weekend ready in new Abercrombie. From day to night, pack new outfits for every part of your itinerary. Grabbing brunch? Throw on the A&F Mila dress. Then head to your dinner reservation in their new bubble hem mini dress. And yes, permission to overpack for pics with the girls. Abercrombie's best-selling Scarlet Squirt deserves a post in your feed. Your plans are worth it. Shop Abercrombie's new long weekend collection online or in store.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee over at the news desk.
Howdy, Josh.
Pat Godwin performing it up in that performance room.
Hey, Josh.
Jeff Oskay sitting in for Chick. And actually, Mike wrote in, wants to know, Jeff, shouldn't you be filling in naked?
No. I'm doing you all a favor.
We should at least pretend that you're naked and send Chick a picture of you in his chair.
Oh, he would burn this chair.
Ace Cosby likes to do this job naked. For those of you who don't have the VIP, you wouldn't know it. But
From the waist down.
What's that?
From the waist down.
Yes, exactly. There's Willie G.
Vulnerably naked, emotionally naked. How about that?
I'm Josh Arnold, the site chick. You guys thought I was messing up. I just wanted to scat.
That was beautiful.
There's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much.
I hate when chicks not here.
Nice. We were talking about this this survey. Christy has this survey. 90% of people wash their hands after going to a public restroom, which means 10% don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 45% of them aren't using soap. That's not washing your hands.
So what's the point?
Yeah. Comedian Jack Wilson said he was in a place and they had a sign that said, employees must wash hands. So he waited around. An employee never showed up. He finally had to wash them himself.
Yes.
Do you sing? It's like you're supposed to sing Happy Birthday twice, right?
30 seconds,
why?
whatever
Yeah,
it takes you.
I'm a grown up. I know when my hands are clean.
Yeah.
Oh, Pat?
If you have to sing Happy Birthday twice, then maybe when you wash your hands, then maybe you should stay at home and not make future plans.
I just sing it once, but I sing it to a guy with a really long, like one of those fancy Hawaiian names, and it just takes forever.
Oh, yeah. Like the guy who did Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Now,
Happy birthday, Israel Makalakata.
yeah.
That's a great song.
Marvin has written in, Tom. Says, morning, idiots and Christy. Tom, you owe me a cup of coffee.
Uh-oh.
When Christy said she hovers over the toilet and you asked if she aims, I spit my coffee all over my dashboard.
Now, and then someone said that they make that they cover the toilet seat. I think you said this, Mr.
Yeah,
Oskay.
if it's one of those that looks like people have left their lit cigarettes sitting on there, like burnt lines into the toilet seat, like those.
There's a name for that.
Oh yeah.
Ethan from Pennsylvania writes, when I'm making a major transaction and it's an away game, I make the fake toilet seat cover with toilet paper.
Uh-huh.
It's called an ass gasket.
Oh, I've never heard that.
An ass gasket.
Makes sense.
Huh.
Thank you very much. Now,
and if you leave a piece dangling into the water when you flush, it all goes down at once.
It's fun.
Yeah, lovely. I feel like a winner.
That is a fun game.
You guys said like this new age technology.
Well, toilet games aren't as there used to. You used to be able to play sink the cigarette butt.
Oh yeah,
and not many people don't smoke, so you can't play that anymore. And,
so is that a good reason to bring smoking back?
I think so. I miss playing sink with your urine stream.
You know what we haven't done yet today?
Made out.
We haven't done that.
All right.
I can't do it now. I'm a married woman.
I'll watch.
Oh, it's even hotter.
We haven't heard from Ace Cosby.
Well, I thought we could do. That's going to be such an important palate cleanser.
Oh,
when we get to the story that I really want to do right now about it's kind of the origin story, because everyone's got it. Even all the big companies still, they have to tell their origin story.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You know, here at Exxon, we started with a small shovel. But the origin story of masturbation.
Yeah, guys, if you think you invented it, you were not. Evolutionary biologists traced the origins of masturbation all the way back to ancient primates that lived 40 million years ago.
So do they take like a black light into a cave? Hey, Cro-Magnon man was here. Look.
Lead researcher Dr. Matilda Brindle said, quote, what we can say is this behavior was present around 40 million years ago in the common ancestor of all monkeys and apes. It is not that some species woke up one day and just started doing it. This is an ancient, evolved trait.
So Mel Brooks was right. Do you remember the beginning of History of the World Part 1? It's a 2001 knockoff, and all the apes are and they just stand up. They all just start having at themselves.
Scientists' analysis found support for the idea that male masturbation could help shed old sperm, leaving males with fresher, more competitive sperm for sex and, of course, reproduction.
Well, that makes sense, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been around for 40 million years.
Right.
Wow. So, your thoughts, Josh?
I loved it. I love it. Feels real good. You can watch porn when you do it, and that's cool because it's people having sex. And
You
you
don't
get
have
see
to
it.
worry about anybody else.
You do get to see it, don't you?
Yeah, pretty awesome.
Yeah.
How funny would it be if we learned those hieroglyphics are actually like old time pornos that somebody's carved into? Like they always have huge wangs on them and those things.
Yeah, they do. That which now they decide. Oh yes, it was a symbol of their manhood. And it's like no, they were just being children.
Hey, check this out.
Hey, give me that stick. I'm going to doodle some boobs on this cave wall, and I'm going to draw myself hung like a dinosaur.
Jeff, how old's your son?
16.
So
I don't want to talk about this. Whatever you're talking about, I don't want to talk about it.
Because you were doing it when you were 16.
Yeah, I mean, I found out you don't want to put it in between the couch cushions. That'll give you a rug burn. That'll.
You had to ask him.
You were
I
using
was just
props.
sitting over here.
Yeah. I had to.
It's quite a
get
love
my
seat.
hands free.
My fault.
It's quite a love seat you got there.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy.
Well, I'll tell you what. I read that, and it reminded me of this story. Here's the headline. Men should ejaculate 21 times a month to protect themselves against prostate cancer.
Yeah, thanks for doing that story, by the way.
21.
I thought you were going to thank us for doing that. You're welcome, Christy.
No, I hear that.
This is from
To save
Harvard.
my life.
Harvard University studied the sexual habits of more than 32,000 men and discovered that those with a higher rate of ejaculation were less likely to have prostate tumors.
Mm-hmm.
This research was published in the scientific journal European Urology. But did they see the pun there?
European Urology, EU?
Yeah,
they could have just gone EU urology.
Like
urology.
European.
Oh,
I
it would be
get
like,
it.
like
that old joke. Like, what are you when you're in a bathroom? You're European.
Yeah. No, really, it's called European Urology. I just thought, maybe they never noticed it.
I'm sure they did. They're men.
As opposed to Eurodumping proctology. I'm sorry. So I guess that's good to know, gents. Tell your lady that 21 times a month or else you're going to get prostate cancer.
Oh, yeah.
Pat, why are you looking at me?
It's a big number. 21 is a huge number I can never do. 2 in a night is fun, but I'm over 60, so it's one and done. 21 is a huge ass number. 21 is an impossible number. 21. Oh, well, there's one for June. I'll have what I'm having.
So, ladies, to either take care of your man or get really good Wi-Fi and Kleenex.
Yeah, but whenever you hear a study like that, it makes me feel like some guy, like his wife, is like, "You're masturbating too much," and he's like, "Well, I'll see about that." And then he goes in, "I need a grant to prove that I need to do it this often." You know what I mean? Like, why would you even do that research unless you're trying to prove a point?
Do you guys really do it that often?
21, not
I would
anymore.
tell you, Christy, but I got to take a quick break.
Can I? No, 20. Those are low numbers.
No, Willie, you're right.
Low?
At your age,
You gotta-
they are
21 a week, my friend.
Are you serious?
You got to bump
Yeah.
those numbers
Good
up.
for you. I can't. Those guys are over. They're over for me. I have like a flower bed now. You know what? I have to take care of other things.
Yeah, I gotta refill my hummingbird feeder. I don't have time to.
They're going to get arrested.
You are a dumb nerd. If your flower bed is keeping you from having the best time of your
I'm just
life.
saying that's just what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, why do you think I bought that wireless leaf blower?
Yeah. These things replace that.
Something's going to blow, baby.
Take this, bitch.
Boy, you're really.
That leaf blower is serious.
Why are you leaf blowing the small of my back?
Just reminiscing about the good old days.
I'm glad that some doctors are coming out saying it's healthy, because Willie, I went to the doctor and he said, you're going to have to stop masturbating. I said, why? He goes, I'm trying to examine you. Can you believe that?
Right there in the room.
You're Pagliacci the clown.
I think it's now time for a palate cleanser.
Oh, okay.
I think everyone would agree. We can get a general consensus. Yeah, you do anything to get off this topic. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Josh, you were talking earlier about sharing gum with a young lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, reminded me. What do you call a train hauling nothing but bubble gum?
A train hauling nothing but bubble gum. What?
A choo-choo train.
Oh.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
Oh, Christy. You got to do another one.
No, you have to do another one.
Who's that
No, rewarding failure.
Here he is with his joke of the day.
How can you tell if the Amish guy is an alcoholic?
How?
He keeps falling off the wagon.
That was Ace Cosby's
All right, you got him. Yeah, that's better.
Much better.
I like to go for the kids every now and then.
Sure. And kids, by the way, you know what Dad wants this year for Father's Day? Omaha Steaks. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use code BTS at checkout. Get $30 off an unforgettable gift guaranteed to make your dad's day. Omaha Steaks. Because if there's one thing we know, it's that dads want steak.
Mm-hmm. And kids, if you don't have any money, go to your dad's wallet. There's 16 numbers on the front. There's 3 on the back. That's all you need to know.
Yes. Maybe your zip code. You might need that.
Yeah.
I took my dad's antique coin collection and I took it to the bait shop and I bought him a new lure with it.
Oh, how nice. Is that a true story?
That is a 100% true story.
Oh, my gosh.
Did you wear that lure for a while?
No, but my dad went back in and had a talk with the gentleman at the bait store. I'll tell you that. That's hilarious.
Did he get his coin collection back?
No, he did not.
Oh, man.
What?
No. Yeah, silver pennies. I mean, everything.
Oh,
yeah. I took a whole bag of
Some antique Thomas Jefferson special edition penny is sitting in a leave a penny, take a penny container.
Yeah.
What kind of guy wouldn't? I don't.
Sir, can I trade this for a crankbait?
I was like, I just have change, and I started dumping out, and he was like, yeah, 25, 50, and counted it all out.
So it just went back into circulation.
No, I think he knew exactly what he had, and he was like, yeah, I'll take all that.
That's really unfortunate.
But yeah.
Well, we got off the topic of the origin of masturbation.
Yes, we did.
Even monkeys did it.
Well, of course monkeys did it.
They still do, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, we're the monkeys. People say we're jacking around. I'm sorry.
Too busy whacking.
Go back
Put
to
anybody down.
I wanted to cover again this ancient Rome perfume. I think this is a fascinating topic. That they found a bottle of this stuff that was completely sealed.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? 2,000 years later?
Yeah, a small quartz vial discovered in a mausoleum in what now is Carmona, Spain. The perfume was kept sealed with a form of carbon and tightly covered with bitium, keeping the contents preserved for 2 millennia. Researchers analyzed the solid perfume and determined it was made with the essential oil patchouli. They wrote that the discovery is possibly the first time a perfume from Roman times has been identified.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that? And that was presumably for the ladies, because I know there's records. You've seen probably the cuneiform records of the men's cologne from Roman times.
No, I haven't seen those.
Yeah, Et tu brute.
Yes, yeah, that was a very popular.
Yeah, Grandma got that for me when I was 9.
But that really is fascinating.
Yeah.
So another reason I wouldn't have liked ancient Rome.
Oh, it would have been. It's gross.
Yeah.
Ancient Rome was gross.
It had to smell.
Open sewers. They're all speaking
open toilets. Yeah,
a different language.
No,
they're all speaking a different language.
Treating the aqueduct like a lazy river, having the time of my life.
No.
Become a senator, yell at guys. Oh, so fun.
Oh man,
You're wearing a tie-dyed toga because you're wearing the patchouli. Hey man, the dead formed yet?
Yeah, that's why they all wore sandals. They were a bunch of dirty hippies.
And I hate Roman numerals. I hate watches with Roman numerals.
Boy, I think they certainly have their place.
Man,
they look fancier than digital.
And you gotta,
I think they're nice.
It's a math problem.
No, it's not.
I hate
you know where
watches.
the numbers are on a clock, don't you?
I don't want to have to. It takes me several seconds to do the transfer. Okay.
How do you feel about the watches that just have the arms?
Yeah,
Nothing.
no numbers at all.
Whoever invented that, could we just have them shot? What a terrible idea.
Hey, you got a watch? What time is it? No idea.
Well, see, that's the beauty of your Apple Watch. You can change the face. I have like 16 faces. I just change it every time I put on an outfit.
Is my face on there?
No, but I can put it on here.
Please do.
I could.
My dad in ancient Rome. I'm totally messed up. Daylight savings got me. I had to turn my sundial back an hour.
You like Roman numerals?
Yes. On my watch, I don't mind it at all.
There's that thing at the end of a movie, and it's got, MC, MMMMM, blah, blah. What? Just put 1977 or whatever the hell it was, okay? We're in America now.
Well, if you're watching that much of a movie, good for you.
Who are you yelling at right now?
The screen in every movie stands up. Hey!
I'm yelling at ancient Rome for introducing patchouli. I hate the smell of that stuff. Okay, sorry. Now, coming up, we have our. We're going to get back to a little bit of history.
We have our history lesson.
Yeah. Did you ever smell high karate? Did you ever have that stuff?
I wouldn't recognize the smell, but I'm aware of it.
I remember it. I don't know the smell.
Those
either.
were that was like pre-Axe.
Was it H.I. karate or H.I.G.H.?
I think it was H.A.I.
Chick used to have a model
H.A.I.
over there
I'm pretty
at
sure
one
it was
point.
H.I.
Was it H.I.?
H.I.?
Okay, yeah. But the
Hi, karate.
Did you ever have the English leather?
Yes.
Oh, I was a big fan of that when I was young.
Do you still work alone?
With the wooden lid or screw on top?
Do you still work alone?
No.
Ace?
Rarely. And that says we know we're in here, but
I don't own cologne.
What's it called?
It's in a blue bottle. I don't know. It was on sale.
Windex.
Polo Sport.
I think we're done here. We're talking about the summer and how it's so great. You want to spend most of your time doing productive things. You don't want to waste your time at the grocery store if you don't have to, at least not every day. Maybe a couple nights a week. How about some HelloFresh? HelloFresh delivers a box to your house. What's in the box? Well, it's farm-to-doorstep food, and they have done the purchasing. They have done the measuring, and you put it together. We're talking about some new stuff from HelloFresh, like the Fresh and Fit summer menu, including calorie-smart stuff, protein-smart lunches and dinners. They've even got vegan options and, of course, good old-fashioned comfort food and everything in between. More than 40 options every week, more than 100 at the HelloFresh store. So find out what I'm talking about and go to HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Why the BT Show 16? Because this is a special offer with 16 free meals and free shipping. Willie's been working on some stuff. What's that over there?
Y'all, check out the lemon tortelloni Palermo with roasted bell pepper and Parmesan. HelloFresh sends you 8 ingredients. You put those together in 6 easy steps. In just over a half hour, you're enjoying this delicious, colorful pasta dish you made at home with help from HelloFresh.
You are in a recipe rut. Shake up your life a little bit. It's fun. Have some fun with HelloFresh. By the way, great for teaching the kids how to cook and great for date night. Pour a couple glasses of wine and hand me that packet. I'm going to open that up and stir it in. Your eyes are so blue. That's just a little recreation of Josh and making his dinner with his friend. Get your hands off that. HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. It's great food and a great time. HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Coming up, it's our history lesson. We're going to make you smarter. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Catch any part of the show you missed later today on our YouTube channel.
Whether it's a movie night or just midday, Skinny Pop is a salty snack that keeps on giving. Made with just 3 simple ingredients for an irresistibly delicious taste and a large serving size that lasts. Deliciously popped, perfectly salted. Skinny Pop, popular for a reason. Shop Skinny Pop now.
Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey.
Pat Godwin in the music room.
Hello.
Jeff Oskay in for Chick McGee.
That's right.
Ace Cosby running the board.
Choo-choo.
Oh, no. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, bud.
I'm Josh Arnold, and there's Tom Griswold.
I'm busy over here.
Why? What are you doing?
We got so much really good mail. We're going to have to get to this tomorrow. We just have so many. And if people want to send us something, communicate with us, how can they do that, Josh?
Email or text, I say.
Okay. Well, you want to give me an example of how that works?
Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com, or you can text us at 888-262-8661. I get 10 cents per text. That
No,
comes
you
in.
don't.
Really?
Lying to people.
Well, I will have to show you my contract.
Oh, all right.
If you want, you can just text my dad directly at 216-442.
Now, we have to get to our history. Before we do, though, we were talking about, Josh, you went to a theater camp in the summer?
Yes, I took theater workshops in the summer as a kid.
Yeah, my little girls are doing that.
Oh, that's sweet. Very fun.
It's really fun. Did you ever do theater camp, Christy?
No, but I was in theater in junior high school.
I did drama class at camp, and it sounds like it's not fun, but what it is air conditioning and all the cutest girls at camp.
Yeah, exactly. It was these summer workshops were always hot chicks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was a lesser actor. I wasn't really good at acting, so I went to dinner theater camp.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
I went to trailer park camp.
I got stuck down. What day is it?
It is
6/8.
June 8th.
Yeah.
my niece Charlie's birthday today. Happy
Good.
birthday.
Keep stalling. You haven't looked at this yet.
Oh.
Here we go.
Happy birthday, Charlie. Your sweet niece.
Today is June 8th. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Just said.
Here we go.
Several times.
Here we go. I was over here working. You expect me to listen to
work
you?
better.
All right. 1789, James Madison introduces the Bill of Rights.
I'm against them.
Well, at the time, interestingly enough, they only applied to a handful of folks, really. You want to read. Okay, how about this? Oh, this is a good one. I was just thinking about this the other day. In 1824, I wasn't thinking about this guy. An inventor in Canada named Noah Cushing invented what?
The pen
pillow.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
high quality weed.
No.
Known as
Cushing.
No, he patented the washing machine.
Wow.
Now, I was thinking about it because I have a new washing machine at my house.
What's her name?
Show off.
I could use a new one once.
I was just trying to think if I could get this line out without getting arrested.
No.
Can't do it. No, I have a new washer. It's great, by the way. I don't know what kind it is, but it really works well. I'll have to check the label on it.
Back then, did it have a different name? Because per my grandma and other old people, it's called a washing machine.
Oh, yeah. Washing was the thing to do.
But my mom calls
Here's
it.
my point, though. You call it a washing machine, but we have lots of different machines that wash things. You've got a dishwasher.
But people call it the dishwasher, don't they?
Yeah.
So
They
this is...
What do you want it to be? The clothes washing
Or
machine?
the laundry machine?
Yeah, why isn't it called the clothes washing machine?
Because it was the first,
one.
So, like, the water pick hadn't been invented yet?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a
Teeth cleaning
water
machine?
pick that
Okay.
ran off a
Hey, listen,
water
this is,
wheel.
this is practically an idea that I'm toying with here.
They didn't have dishwashers because everybody had two dishes. And that was it.
Yeah, a tin cup. And
Okay, this day in history in 1969, sadly, Brian Jones asked to leave the Rolling Stones. And too much moss on that Rolling Stone, and too many barbiturates, probably. Death by misadventure. This is a good one. In 1984, one of the great movies of all time, Ghostbusters, is released.
Mm-hmm.
That is a joyous celebration of idiocy. It's so great.
Very fun.
I ain't scared of no
Let's see. Happy birthday, Frank Lloyd Wright.
Oh, he makes a good house.
Not really, not for maintenance. That the falling waters, all those flat roofs in Pennsylvania. Bad idea. If you've ever had a flat roof.
Hey, Frank, there's a tree in my living room.
You're welcome.
Oh, you like this one, Josh. 1916, Francis Crick. You know who he was?
Yeah, he invented the pain in the neck.
No, Josh.
No, that was Tom.
At first, if it were me, it would be Creek. Josh, he co-discoverer with what's his face?
Watson?
We have DNA.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Josh discovered DNA when he was 12 years old.
I sure did. Boy, I'm decorating my house with it.
And time now to review what we learned on today's show.
Time now for things we learned on the Bob and Tom Show, brought to you by Josh Arnold's T-shirts. That's right, my T-shirts filled with my own jizz.
Okay.
I want to...
Delicate.
Are you proud of yourself?
Not at all.
Well, you're out of time.
I want to host a late-night horror movie. That's right. Tom's sister's perfume really gets him going. Loves it. And what else?
And you were not going to use my suggestion that you become Count Jacula. from
we'll see.
What was it from Pizza?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
How'd you forget your
funny
own?
man.
Yeah, that's very good. Very good. Thank you very much. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Get a look at today's show on our YouTube channel.
Jim Rome takes on sports.
Why? Because you're not playing me.
With rapid-fire takes.
Y'all went from the Super Bowl straight to the toilet bowl. He's not over the NFL. The NFL is over him.
Scorching debates.
All the good, all the bad, all the ups, all the downs.
He's the Spitfire of sports smack.
Sorry for what I said because it was appropriate when I said it, but I can't say it anymore, dude. You are killing the game.
The Jim Rome Show podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.